You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
Sometimes I just get angry when I see somebody watch an ex-man achievement and declare that was easy. They don't see all the struggle and all the failure. They quickly form allegiance to toast the winner. But in this life there's a truth, and every tree you see have a root. And it's from way below the surface you bring up your food. Now Thomas Edison, the light bulb inventor, his 2,000 times he failed before the bulb could light. And when he reached age 67, a fire cost him 2 million. That's when the studio burned to the ground one December night. But he stood strong, faithful to his craft, and 3 weeks later released his first phonograph. You see, he had the stuff great men are made of. It's the stuff you could miss unless you look below the surface. I say he had the stuff great men are made of. It's the stuff you could miss unless you look below the surface. Okay, Shaq. They say that pressure, it does make diamonds out of rock. And it's the same with the human character. When our dreams are dumbstruck in a jail, two men looking out through the same bars. One will fail, cause he see mud while the other sees stars. You see, while pressure humbles the meek, it strengthens who earnestly seek. It's the barometer that measures the strong and the weak. Because Martin Luther and South Africa Nelson Mandela, the darkness in their jail cell couldn't dim their lights. And civil rights advocacies only fuel more energies. For the more injustice rages, the more they fight. And for 27 years, Nelson Mandela suffered. And from jail became president of South Africa. You see, Nelson had a stuff that great men are made of. It's the stuff you could miss unless you look below the surface. Potential, I say he had the stuff that great men are made of. It's the stuff you could miss unless you look below the surface.
This is Caribbean Vibes. This is Caribbean Vibes.
Check any success story, take anyone you wish, and you'll see the road is often littered with blocks and rubbish. But as you clear one hurdle, you will meet another. And as you lift one burden, you'll hit an next gutter. You see, while your progress is slow, your determination must grow. Just affirm and confess the success you already know. Don't you know Elvis Presley was fired by Jimmy Denny? After just one show, he was told, go back and drive truck. And the great Beethoven of music, imagine he was deaf at 46, but that's when he produced his greatest musical stunt. And the great Caruso stood firm by his choice, although his teacher told him you can sing and you have no voice. But he had the stuff. Great men are made of. It's the stuff you could miss unless you look below the surface. Oh, he had the stuff. Great men are made of. It's the stuff you could miss unless you look below the surface. Yeah, Shaki. As a nation, we will do well to train our young, not to adopt a luck and chance approach or a gaming disposition. For they will dream of easy money and sweet tomorrow from a get-rich scheme with a 1 in 100,000 ratio. We need to teach foundations of truth, trees that send down good roots, not parasites that sucks at little gut fruits. Don't you know, Balsdale Pandit walk so many miles barefoot to school, land in England with $6 to take his luck horse. And after Napoleon Airman Robinson, imagine he was shot and in prison, half blind and dying. He said attack with full force. For such men with belly, leadership was meant. No wonder they're prime minister and president. You see, they had the stuff. Great men are made of. It's the stuff you could miss unless you look below the surface. I say they had the stuff. Great men are made of. It's the stuff you could miss unless you look below the surface.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM. You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
This morning we are here in front of Mr. Andre Montal's. We are here to ask for this money journey.
Reaching Britain, they just bar talk this land for so. Every rumor, every whisper, they just let them Londoners know. Well, last December, we and me later, we went to sing up in London. Lord, we had to sit down and work out a plan to safeguard our native land. They asked him, oh Chucky, Trinidadians say that Chambers take away all Borough's powers. Or this police who kill Rama, the jammer. Is it true? Abdul Karim police slaughter. The evidence man they cover. And they out to get Ramesh Maharaj, the lawyer. Well, I had to reply, so in defense I cried, Madam Doctrines does just talk vibe. All this talk you hearing is just mama guy. It's so Trinidadians just like to lie, they lie. It's so Trinidadians just lie. Trinidadians reaching Britain, they just beat them out like a drum. They just become Mirror and Sun, Punch Blast Express and Bomb in one. Them Trini women washing their linen at Brixton and Piccadilly Road, and it's poor me have to face them like me and defend this blessed country. They ask him, oh Chucky, here is AIDS, killed a banker and a government minister's brother, even a big radio announcer, a white fella. Oh Chucky, right in London we hear the talk. A fat man named Elephant Walk, importing horse from Colombia and New York. Well, they almost crucified Worry later and died, so we had to make up an alibi. We said in reply, Trinidadians come like Popeye. It's so Trinidadians just like to lie, they lie. It's so Trinidadians just lie. They told me don't lie, and Dr. Hitai, the lawyer doctor who died so grim, was loving madly a rubber dolly when he sweat electrocuted him. They say a rapist set up business in Mova and the nurses' hostel, and every Londoner know this sweet drink Fluta make 300 children see hell. Yeah, oh Chucky, I hear all you treat the queen so well. In curtsying, all you excel. can sell so much broad hats, gloves, bow tie, and lapel. Oh, Chucky, it was water more than flour. Cause me let you soothe the layer and take away his desk, his chair, and furniture. They even said that Motley used to run like crazy till his family gunned him down privately. I said that's a lie. A Subuya bite him on his tie. It's so Trinidadians just like to lie, madam. It's so Trinidadians just lie.
You already send agreements with
Truer-
DocuSign e-signature, making it easy to send and sign documents from virtually
Truer
anywhere.
words were
And
never
now,
spoken.
You can give your
The
customers
less you
an
associate
even
with
better-
some people, the more your life will improve. Anytime you tolerate mediocrity in others, it increases your mediocrity. An important attribute in successful people is their impatience with negative thinking and negative acting people. As you grow, your associates will change. Some of your friends will not want you to go on. They will want you to stay where they are. Friends that don't help you climb will want you to crawl. Your friends will stretch your vision or choke your dream. Those that don't increase you will eventually decrease you. Consider this. Never receive counsel from unproductive people. Never discuss your problems with someone incapable of contributing to the solution, because those who never succeed themselves are always first to tell you how. Not everyone has a right to speak into your life. You are certain to get the worst of the bargain when you exchange ideas with the wrong person. Don't follow anyone who's not going anywhere. With some people you spend an evening. With others, you invest it. Be careful where you stop to inquire for directions along the road of life. Wise is the person who fortifies his life with the right friendships. If you run with wolves, you will learn how to howl. But if you associate with eagles, you will learn how to soar to great heights. A mirror reflects a man's face, but what he is really like is shown by the kind of friends he chooses. The simple but true fact of life is that you become like those with whom you closely associate, for the good and the bad. Note, be not mistaken. This is applicable to family as well as friends. Yes, do love, appreciate, and be thankful for your family, for they will always be your family, no matter what. Just know that they are human first, and though they are family to you, they may be a friend to someone else and will fit somewhere in the criteria above. In prosperity, our friends know us. In adversity, we know our friends. Never make someone a priority when you are only an option for them. If you are going to achieve excellence in big things, you develop the habit in little matters. Excellence is not an exception. It is a prevailing attitude.
Let me say a special hello to all the WZYE 95.9 FM listeners. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, it's in the village with the DAG Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM, and we come to you every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't matter where you're from. If you're from Macedonius, Venusoranius, Saturninius, Mazamanius, any one of the planets you're from, if you have on a pink jersey, a yellow jersey, a green t-shirt, a pink t-shirt, if you're green on the inside, yellow on the outside, red on the outside, and yellow on the inside, it doesn't matter, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome in the village with the DAG Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. And of course, you know, we always say in the village, We originate, we don't imitate. Let me say a welcome to no other than Marshall Tommy, the Commissioner of Newark, Nesbitt. Tommy, how are you, my friend?
I'm quite good, sir. Well, I am happy to be here again because every day I wake up, I have to give thanks. Many didn't. So I'm grateful and I'm happy to be here with you in the village. Good evening to everybody in the village.
Listen, every day above dirt is a fantabulous, splendiferous, marvelous, tremendous, fantastic day.
That's the truth. God's truth.
Full 100. Let me bring in no other than the Twin Bagonian, Stormy, the Storm, Diana, Waveney, Benskin, the hood wearing McDonald boy.
The hood wearing. Wap, you profiling me now? Huh?
The
You
hood
have
wearing
a problem.
McDonald
You have a
boy.
problem with my hood, you know. Watch yourself, you know.
I
Watch
just see you
yourself, you
move
know.
sideways. That's when I see the hood, you know.
I was watch yourself, you know.
If you don't move sideways there, I want to know what's out, you know. I say, oh,
I
God.
I in a rare kind of mood today. So a
Wait,
little mash McCorn.
you just come from the hood or what?
Oh, in a kind of rare kind of mood today. It was hot outside. I went to the gym. This the young whippersnapper. Oh, she sweat me. So
You know, it's serious, you know.
That must be all good, no?
I in a rare kind of
That
mood.
must
Oh
be all good,
God.
right?
Yeah, feeling good. She don't ease up on me. I call her the tiny terror. Yeah, if she tell you to do 3 sets of 15 and you try to cheat the last set and do 12, and you think she looking talking to somebody, she have eyes behind her back. No, 5 more.
Wow.
You know, it's interesting, right? You say that, right? I
Mm,
mean, I remember you guys were talking to me while I was in the car, and I'm sitting down there, and the temperature in the car reading like 92 degrees, you know, 93, 94. It fluctuating between 92 and 94.
Your
I tell
AC was
myself,
on? Your AC was on? Your
yeah,
AC was on?
yeah. I tell myself, I don't promise myself already. I'm gonna do a 6 mile run, right? So I sitting down there now. I come out the car. I say, all right, I go back in. All of a sudden, I see like a dark cloud came over. I say, good, right?
Yeah.
No sun. That's a
Yeah.
great idea. So I jump out the car. I say, I'm going to do 6. I say, boy, what's now? Just get something in today. So I did about 4.5 today. And when I finished, I say, you know what? I think you cheat yourself. You know, I did 5 of them semi-little hills. You know what I mean? I do 5, 7 hills. And I was pretty good to go, man. I can't complain. You see? But all that tells you, though, what that tells you is that you shouldn't allow outside obstacles to decide whether you're going to be a success or a failure. No, you know what I could have done, right? I could have said, it's too hot, and I could have packed up, right? Turn my car around and go back home, right? But I just tell myself, I say, you know what? Maybe I don't need to go 6 because of the temperature, but maybe I could go 4.5. You see, and when I finish the 4.5, I could then do some of them mini hills, do 5 of them mini hills. So that's basically what I did. And when I finished, I was very proud of myself, you know. So I try to inspire myself for a better tomorrow.
Yep.
And that's how it does go sometimes.
Yeah, so I went on and I did what I had to do. You know, she's studied sports science, so I researched her because before choosing her, and I gave her my limitations, you know, because of my knee surgery and stuff, so she understands. You know, I can't be doing jumping, skipping, you know, or kneel on my knees. If I do, I have to put cushion. So she's very, very, very sensitive, and she treats me well, with respect, with a white girl, very nice girl. But you can't pull wool over her eyes. She works. She's very serious about her work. Right now, she worked my what do you call it, biceps here, the bicep.
I mean,
Yeah,
I think that your shoulder.
no, I was shoulder up here, you none. I said here. Put on
Well,
your
I don't know.
glasses.
I see like if you're touching your shoulder, I don't know.
No, it's me because I in the
It,
dark have a
you,
slight headache. So
you know, but I
yes.
just say that I had two of the kids that I normally train, right? And
Mm-hmm.
one came yesterday, of the few kids that I train, and yesterday was about 90 something degrees too, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so I want them to do 12 or something. You know, I just had to tell them a little more if I want them to do a little less. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so I see
But
he got to about 8, and I see he was struggling a little bit.
mm-hmm.
So I kind of, you know, I changed it up a little bit. I said, all right, I want you to give me this, and if you give me this, your workout done, right? So on Tuesday, I had another young lady. I wanted her to do 8 of something,
Mm-hmm.
no, 9 of something, 9
Mm-hmm.
600s, which is about 5,400 meters, right? Because she's going to be a junior in school, and her practice has to be a little different than when she was a sophomore. And you know, she got to 6, so she have never done 6 previously. And she get to 6, he said, Coach, you know, I've never done 6 before. I said, okay, don't worry about it, right? We were gonna do 3, we're gonna do 9 600. So she did 2 sets of 3, and she had one more set of 3 to do. I said, listen, I want you to give me one. She was running the previous one in 2 minutes. I said, I want this one in under 2 minutes. She said, but I feel very tired. I said, I know you can do it. I know you can do it. I just want you to run it. Take 200 at a time. She went and she ran a minute and 55 seconds, which was the fastest one, even though she was
Mm-hmm.
tired. So sometimes, you know, mentally, we tell ourselves that we are tired, but,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it's our mind playing tricks on us,
Mind
you know,
over
because,
matter. Mm-hmm.
yeah, I tell people, don't let your mind control you. You control your mind, you know, because your mind will tell your body, boy, I'm tired. I want to go no more. And the same thing I just had to go through, you know. Sometimes I run in and my mind telling myself, you know, my
Mm-hmm.
body telling my mind, boss, I'm tired, you know. I really don't want to go no more, you know. And I tell my mind, I say, boss, I in charge, you know. We going.
But
And, you know,
what I tend to want to do is to give up when I'm beginning to feel the burn.
correct is right.
Yeah, yeah.
Correct
And
is
then she's
right.
like, no, 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 you have 5 more. And I'm like, oh. So I learned to breathe, inhale, take some oxygen in, and continue the workout, continue the
Yeah, yeah.
reps. Because she does a lot of high rep things with me, you know. But they
Yeah.
burn. She burns me. So, but you know what the benefits are? I sleep so soundly.
Mhm.
When I take a shower, you know, I come home and when I go to crawl in my bed tonight, you know, I have my AC on full blast because it's real hot outside.
Mhm.
I go lay down, I sleep so soundly, and but I have a workout tomorrow, so
So that's a
yeah.
good thing. So
Mm-hmm.
of course, in the village, we know
Yes.
where this go. Takesha was first again. Takesha was first, second. Um, Takesha, Takesha was the emojis 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Gary, welcome. 1, 2,
Good
3,
evening.
4,
Good,
5,
good
6,
evening,
7,
everybody. How
8,
everybody doing?
and 10. Are you doing good?
Yeah, good evening, guys.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Boy, oh God. I guess 17 from Takesha tonight. 17. We checking it. Hey! But wait. Gary! Gary!
Yeah, listening, I'm listening.
Gary, boy.
What's
Takesha
that?
gear. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Woo!
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 8, 9. Hey, Gary! Takesha gear more emojis than me, boy.
Let me tell
Takesha,
you
where's
something.
that one?
The love between me and Takesha extends outside this house, so me ain't worried about that.
Oh,
Where's that one?
We
oh,
solid. So we solid. So me don't get jealous, I don't
oh.
get no horrors.
Eh?
Mrs. Mahabir, I hope you're listening.
Well,
Takesha, Tommy, you
and
up next, sir?
Mrs.
Oi,
Mahabia know about Diana too, and she ain't getting no feelings about it.
Hey!
But she don't have to worry. I don't deal with younger men, Mrs. Mahabir. So you don't have to worry about
Oh,
me.
you telling people your business? You giving people your 411?
I don't deal
what are
with
they drinking?
younger
All this
men.
are drinking on top of all the
Answer him.
business.
Yeah.
No, wait. Let me show you why I drinking. I drinking peach flavored unsweetened iced tea. It's really hot,
Okay.
delicious.
All right. Okay. Yeah, Gary.
So that's
So,
why you're talking your business.
so here now,
I drinking tea and minding my business.
you know,
Yeah.
I see the Queen do a 360, boy, within the last 2 days, and I feeling proud that she, boy. I don't give you a shout out.
Who's that?
Who's that?
Who? Who? Oh, you mean you
The
talk?
Queen of Talk.
You mean?
What she do?
She taking on issues head on, boy. She calling out them criminals.
Hold on.
And today, listen to me. I'm so proud that she here.
What she said today?
She addressing real issues. She calling out people who having trouble. You know, it no longer how it's ago. You know, the one-sided thing, PNM, UNC. That she's addressing direct issues. So I think she take a hint.
Answer me, you train
Boy,
well, boy.
let me tell you something,
Yeah.
Boy, you know I love Aisha anyway.
And what is the issue with the police?
No secret. But let me
What's
tell
the
you
issue?
something. Within
What's
the
the
last
issue
2
with the
days,
police?
I am so proud of she. I am so proud of she.
Tanya, wait a minute. Go ahead.
What's the issue with the police, Gary? Didn't she wasn't she calling out saying that the police they slowing down?
The police get she a rough up and say, listen, she say they're going to drink water and mind their business, and they request a song, they request the song, and they tell Aisha they may come in when the shoot up taking place in the beach because all it is attack we and start the protest when we try to deal with them criminals. So the police say then go and drink water and mind their business.
I will talk.
But anyway, Aisha started taking on the criminals and calling them out. And some people want to put the police back in short pants with baton when man walking around with AK-47. So Aisha called them out. I'm so proud of this girl. Let me tell you something. I see her 360 there, boy. I'm so proud of she. I can't done say it. I'm real proud of she the last 2 days.
Gary, 360 just get you right back where you are, you know. So you mean 180?
Aisha did that.
Tommy,
Aisha did. I know. Aisha did that 360 the last 2 days, boy. She.
I think you mean 180.
Let me tell you something, She was being real good.
360, it means that you never leave where you are. You just come around in a circle and stand right back up where you are.
Talk, Tommy.
All right. Okay, then she did a 180 then. I'm not a professor. I'm going to tell her she did a 180.
All right, just logical.
Yeah. So Takesha said, Tommy.
You can't badmouth she anymore. You can't say nothing bad about she again.
Oh, really?
I
don't badmouth you. We just address. We just address something that.
That's until she flip around again. You know,
we just address a mistruth about us. That's all.
Wasn't she the one with the wasn't she the one with the Red Army misfired? Was she? Was she that one?
Misfired.
But no, didn't she have a group called the Red Army misfired?
Well, let me tell you something,
I don't know.
Girl, I think they're trying to do some damage control, but that's what it's looking like, Look, they are attempting to do some damage control. Well, let me see where you're going.
Somebody in the chat go help me. So Takesha says, Tommy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Tommy, you tie with Gary, boy. Takesha, I know what's going on.
Love I got for all of them.
Yeah, Takesha. Both of you from Laventille, you know Takesha. But let me see what Diana get. Diana, the Stormer President, good night. There's the Takesha 4 too, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. All right, even Diana in front of me. Oh, God.
Takesha, no. Cause me and Maki take she in and mine she. Right, Takesha?
I go on through tonight. I go on through.
Where
Nadia,
is Nadia?
Where are you when I need you? Where's Nadia? Nadia.
Where's Nadia? Nadia, MIA.
Nadia, where are you when I need you? Watch, look. Even Nadia, Rose, Carice, Marcia, Miss Kuva, Joan, all of them get more than me. What do you see? Look. Love in the Village. Look, even Love in the Village get more than me. Look. All you see them? All different colors. Takesha rationing she emojis with me tonight, boy. I know what happens. Joan, welcome.
So I want to get. I saw the Ministry of Education rolling out this.
Gary,
This
wait a
summer
minute. Wait a
Wait
minute.
a minute.
Wait
Wait
a
a
minute.
minute.
Let me finish the chat. Look, Joan says, hi all. And no emojis. Joan, you walk today? I just want to know. I asking for my PNM friend. I want to say, you know, somebody on social media asked me something about I asking for my Texas friend. Something. So I tell them, ask the senator from Texas. Wait, Marco Rubio? Is Marco Rubio? Is it? That you fella?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I say, listen now, ask your Texas friend, you could ask Marco Rubio a question for me. Right? So they ask, I put up a question and they want to ask. Anyway, there we go. So Takesha, oh God, Takesha was all the way up. Takesha. Joan says, I'm great. Oh boy, Nadia not in a good mood tonight. Nadia said good
Oh
night, everyone.
dear.
Oh, no Wi-Fi. You see? I tell you,
Oh
And
dear.
some good night. Nadia not in a good
Well,
mood tonight.
we see what's going on with the Wi-Fi, right?
5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
And the
10,
cable,
11,
right? We see
13.
that, right?
Yeah. Nadia not in a good mood tonight. I get 16 from Nadia. Even Takesha, I get more from Takesha. But she have Wi-Fi problem, so no problem. Rennie Mohammed, good night, partner. How you going? Good night. Rennie Mohammed. Why say partner? Takesha again. Kapiza, good night. How you doing? Oh, look, even Gary remember. Erica John, boy. Erica John in the house, boy. Me Chuma Kenyan, boy. Erica John. Hey, look my partner from Toronto, boy. Mississauga. No, not Toronto. Mississauga. Mississauga, boy. Diana, you see how Albert Montano does spell your name?
He puts 2 N's in it. He knows why.
Yeah, that is a good thing, Man.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, man, getting your extra N in your name, Yeah.
That's my middle name, Albert. 1 N.
Yeah, Diana, boy. Natisha Boris, good night. Welcome back. Nice to see you in the village. And there is somebody else here too. Matthias Nayaka. Now, what happened? I have problems. I have to talk to this company because my social media page, somehow we're not streaming to that page. I don't know what it is, but it is what it is. Natisha,
Okay.
Boris, welcome. Yeah. Takesha said, Gary, you love is strong, boy. Diana, Albert, will you come and live in the best country in the world? Nice weather all the time. I don't know, what country is that?
Albert, you have a house to put me in and a car to give me to drive?
You asking? All right, now let me stay out of that, Miss Coover, good night. What tax? You inside? Hey, it's my partner, Vonnie Roberts, boy. Vonnie, are you going, partner? Vonnie Roberts, my partner, you're inside, boy. You're inside big time. So Gary, go ahead, what you were saying?
So I saw the Ministry of Education rolling out this summer program to assist the kids that struggle during the SEA. And I want to get some feedback how it's working, how it's going to be working for you guys. Is there resources in place? You got to give us some feedback with this program, what's taking place.
Yeah,
I know it's kind of early yet because I think it's more into when these kids really are they out of school yet in Trinidad?
I ain't sure.
This July month. This is July month. They should be out now.
Takesha, they out of school? They out of school?
Yes, July. They should be out now. I mean, end of June, they should be yeah. So give us some feedback on how that's working. If there's going to be any issues, with meeting the needs of your kids, we want to hear from you. down the road in September, maybe.
Okay.
Well,
And please watch out for those people stealing the cables, killing your internet.
Oh my God. I don't know how they expect. Oh, Lord. Anyway, go ahead.
you know, I mean, it was manhole covers first, then it was cables first, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then it became manhole covers.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's just unbelievable that these type of things happen. But I want to bring this up here. Um, I think this is what Gary was talking about with respect to the guys and them from the association, and I don't know, and maybe I don't understand why will there be. Well, I guess I do understand. Why will there be low moral in the police department, right? Because it's been about, let me see. Yeah, hey Dinah, one of
Mm-hmm.
us gave some emojis there tonight, but
Yeah.
he says, yeah. Dinah, you in business,
With the
you inside.
Bajan flag, with the Trini flag. Mm.
Go out, you wear everything.
That's right.
The man give you nice thing.
I want the Bajan flag, Trini
Let me see.
flag.
Let me see if I could upload this here. I'm trying to get this. Okay. Let me see if this will go. Let me see if this will upload. Okay, here we go. Thanks, it uploaded. Right. So the police association, the association head on charges for 8 cops, police moral low. Right. So he's saying to the people of Trinidad and Tobago that the moral of the police are low because of what happened with these 8 police officers. And I am just asking this question, right? Isn't there responsibilities? Let me read this for you.
Go
President of
ahead.
the Police Social and Welfare Association, Assistant Superintendent Gideon Dixon says the morale of police officers have been affected after 8 members of the Interagency Task Force, IATF, were arrested and charged with murder. The policemen were charged with the 2020 killings of Joel Jacob, 38, Noel Diamond, 46, Israel Moses Clinton, 27, in Mova. On Tuesday, Sergeant Joseph Solomon, 44, Corporal Charles Budry, 55, and PCs Sherwin Batiste, 41, Mark Lewis, 41, Vaughn Sincere, 39, Sean Lord, 42, Jamil Mohammed, 42, and Colin Fulong, 39, appeared before Port of Spain magistrate Brian Dibedine to face the charges. They were remanded into custody and are expected to return to court on August 16. Speaking with Newsday on Wednesday, Dixon admitted the moral of the police officers were not at the highest. He said while officers were committed to their duty, the arrest and charging of the 8 colleagues were the latest in a series of problems. Our moral have been impacted significantly over the past couple of years for more reasons than one, but this situation would further dampen the morale of the men. However, we still remain committed to serving the people of Trinidad and Tobago. One of the things the public may not know is that our leave has been restricted since December 2019. We are now getting back to a state of normalcy. We have had to endure 3 elections, 1 carnival. We have had to endure within those 3 elections a global pandemic, an act of destabilization. We have had to endure hundreds of changes in the public health regulations. We have had to endure a state of emergency. We have had to endure police officers dying from COVID-19. So we have had to endure all of those things, not with the best working condition, or not with the best working condition or all the tools to work with it. Asked to respond to the rumors that officers of the IATF refused to go out on patrol and requested transfers out of the unit sent the charging of their colleagues, Dixon said, while he could not confirm whether or not they were true, it is not the habit of police officers to neglect their duty. He also hoped all of the facts in the criminal matter will be considered to ensure due process was followed and the officers were given a fair trial. I can understand that officers are emotional at this point in time, but the record would also show that this is not how the police operate. This is not the first time police officers would have been brought before the court coming out of an operation, and you will see we will continue to do that. We continue to do what we have to do because we have sworn an oath to the people of TNT. It is just that as servants of the state, we'll also like the protection of the state. So there you have it. Huh?
So whoopie do I. They alone have to face COVID. They cannot be held accountable for errant behavior. Wow.
Tommy, I just reading what he man said.
And they're working at 2013 salaries. So all your morale low. I empathize with you. But you know,
but everybody else has to face the same ills that they're facing.
But them ain't facing job. They still have a job. Them ain't facing how much $2 million in fine. All you're right for the people. Right? Correct me if I'm wrong. The figure $2 million in fines for not wearing masks. You want to talk about low morale? People that couldn't get home. Wait, Gary, give me a chance. People that couldn't get home to bury their loved ones. People who come home and lost a job, lost their house because the bank picked it up. They went homeless. Hello, what else? You want to talk about low morale? People that had food to eat, to feed the children. Want to continue down the low morale road? Women gone missing, women murdered. This man lost his daughter. Next, a whole heap. Hello. So some of your colleagues were caught red-handed, breaking the law, and all they have a low morale. Look, go ahead, answer.
Well, this is what I say, right? When you decide to take a job, you know the job comes with certain responsibilities and certain possibilities as well. Doesn't mean to say that if you are under stress, you should go out and break the law and murder people. Doesn't mean to say you can do that, right? And if you're a police officer and you are there to serve, protect, and serve, that is what your duty. Your duty is to protect and serve. Your duty is not to go out and take the law into your own hands. And if you do, there is the court that you have to go before, and if you are innocent, right, or if you are guilty, you have to suffer the consequences of your actions. Just that simple.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Yep. And of course, and I'm sure there's a great possibility that all 8 of them may not have fired at those 3 kills, those 3 individuals. All 8 of them may not have fired, but it's just as one of them guys in the car may not have anything to do with anything, and they were an accessory to the killings.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean,
I'm sorry. Y'all have low morale. Too bad, but I don't give you the right to go and kill people. So murder. People turn so. I don't give you the right to do that. If you have low morale, you take it up with your your acting commissioner and your prime minister and your minister of national security. Why? Let me come on camera here. Wait, I'm ready for the tip. Why all of them come out and march when they had the march, the union man, if all they had low morale? Huh? Hello? Somebody answer me now. Why you all didn't come out and march? We should have, instead, you all looking to arrest those citizens who have the chutzpah to come out and stand up for their rights. Why are they coming and march? We have low morale. We ain't happy with what's going on. Come out and tell the Ministry of National Security all the feeling. Tell the Prime Minister what's going on. Tell the Minister of Finance all they want, all their salary up to today. The cost of living increased. The match what's going on now. Low morale. That's all they're suffering from. Go ahead, answer.
Well, I mean, I understand that in this situation that, you know, people could feel away, but you know, that's basically what you sign up for, you know. That's your job.
Yep.
You signed up for that. You know, you signed up for that. And if you signed up for that, right, you cannot make excuse and say, well, you know, we have all these things that we have COVID. Listen, it's about the people. What about all the people in the hospital? What about all the nurses and them?
No.
Huh? What about all the nurses, all the trauma they have to go through, seeing all these people coming in the hospital? What about them? Right? So what they should do, they should take things into their own hand too. With some other people coming there, show them aside and say, what? Leave you to dead, yes?
Yeah, don't see about them.
Yeah, leave you to dead. Be dead.
Pull the plug on you.
Huh?
Or pull the plug.
Or pull the plug. Yeah, pull the plug. Pull the plug. Pull the plug on them.
Or give them the wrong medicine.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Right. Give them the wrong medicine. Yeah. Whatever you gonna do, we gonna give them the wrong medicine.
Yeah.
Right? Right? Nobody didn't tell you guys that you guys took it into your own hands and decide that these kids were criminals.
Yes.
You took it into your own hands, right? And you have to understand, it's called utilitarian approach. There are consequences for your actions. It doesn't matter. There are positive consequences and there are negative consequences, right? But I understand a police job is very difficult. It is a difficult job.
Mind you, they may have known these guys and know how they operate and what they do.
There you go.
Yeah. But at the same time, regardless of what they do, you can't become judge, jury, and executioner.
No, correct is right.
No. And while we're at it, who want to pelt Boulder my way, or they could pelt it. Despite, and note the word I use there, despite, go and look it up.
Okay.
Despite Gigi's rhetoric and his behavior, Ole didn't want to work with him. A lot of Ole was undermining him when he was trying to put changes in there. I just get Jackie Jacket and Jimmy boots. Huh? Now Ole had low morale. The man was trying his best.
But Diana, he is responsible for these situations. He takes full responsibility. I want Gary, the Gary here, Gary Mahabir. This, what I shooting there, that shooting what happened?
Aslam.
Yes.
Aslam, you know as well as I do, and everybody else on the show know, that when you try to have him own up to it, he shirked his responsibility first. He shirked his responsibility. He didn't stand up like a man.
Let me tell you something. Gary Griffith went into a force that had a lot of wayward way of doing things. He could not control, even though he's responsible, he could not control all the actions of the officers, and he dealt as he came across with the insubordination of some of these officers. He dealt with it. This is where the war against Gary Griffith is, because he was addressing them. All right? You
one shot, one kill.
That. He was
one shot, one kill.
No, one shot, one kill. Yeah, you could spin one shot, one kill any which way. If criminals threatening you in the country, like calling Aisha show and saying the police should walk with baton, the criminals have AK-47 and Uzi and bazooka, if you can call it that too. All right?
So if one person call Aisha show and say should walk with baton, then you want all the police to walk with baton.
That they want to downgrade the police. They blame the two Canadians for militarizing the police force. So Burroughs wasn't killing like crazy. Burroughs didn't take no nonsense in Trinidad, you know.
No, he didn't.
You play stupid with Burroughs and you're dead, you know.
It's strained there, he said.
Okay.
You know,
Burroughs said shoot first and ask question after.
What we want is
extremes. Shoot first and ask question after. You remember that? Anybody remember that? Okay.
But you know what? Go ahead, Tom.
Go ahead.
Instead of taking a logical, sensible approach to doing things. We want extremes. Either you're all the way one way or you're all the way the other way. No balance,
Tommy.
no reason, no
No, Tommy.
sensibility.
The
Come on.
police have to play
let
a
it
role.
be.
The police have to play a role, and our various ministries have to play a role simultaneously. The crime fighting is not an all police operation. The parents, the Prime Minister is right for calling out the parents. Prime Minister is damn right for calling out the parents on their kids. Okay? He's
And
damn
I
right on that.
Agree that you have to call out the
And
parents.
I agree.
I fully agree you have to call out the parents, but at the same time, you need sensible, sensitive police service. No force, everything
Police
force.
service.
We have to be aware of the power of the word. The word is the most important thing that we have. Your word has to be impeccable, and that's the problem with a leader who gives words that manifest into death and mayhem.
Thank you. And because
No.
you're
It
going,
doesn't manifest in the
no,
mayhem.
you're
The
using
death and the
words.
mayhem taking place outside there right now. Them young people, they are brutal, ruthless, and they don't care.
But Gary, you don't hear Mayor Adams in New York City calling them demons.
But Mayor Adams can't do that.
I wonder why.
That would spin into all kind of meaning there.
I wonder why.
Okay.
So Dr. Rowley is allowed to do it then.
Dr. Rowley in your own country, he can do that.
That shouldn't be. It starts with him.
But the man have a right to say you get upset because the kind of lawlessness
You
within the
know,
country.
he does not have a right to spread that sort of divisive rage. He doesn't have a right. You can't. No.
What I'm saying to you is
no. I don't agree with it.
What he's saying to you is that the parents, he's saying the same children that was good in school. I listened to his speech a little bit, and all of a sudden, how they become? He's throwing something out there, but how they become like this? These
So Gary,
let me go ahead.
Gary, can I ask a question? How did these 8 good cops become murderers? How did these 8 good cops become murderers?
And the ones that killed their colleagues.
And the other murderers that killed the other guy. How did they become? How did they become murderers?
Not just them, but the one that killed the colleague too.
Yes, they too. How did they become murderers? How did they come?
And they get exposed. And they police.
So in that instance, the colleague got shot in the crossfire, and they say it's the bandit that did it, right? Is that what they said, right?
Yeah.
So how did they become? How did the police put them in a police service force become murderers?
Not only did they lie on that one, they lied on the one in Mova too. They lied on the one in Moruga, right? There's a listen.
I don't know about the Moruga case because I didn't get a chance to see that.
Yeah, they lie on that one too. They lie on that one too.
I wonder how many more they lied on.
Yeah.
I wonder how many more they lied on.
There you go.
Say that again.
Say that again, Diana.
I wonder how many more they lied on.
But
the only reason why I know we haven't because we have cameras that makes a difference.
And perhaps, Gary, that was their hesitation, finding reasons not to wear the body cameras, because Gary Griffith said they were procured and they were just had to start it up.
We have a mixture of good and bad, right?
Well, maybe that the reason for don't want to put on the camera.
So wait, 1 minute. Gary, hold that thought right there. We're going to go for a quick station break. I want all to hold that thought, what Gary just said. We have a mixture of good and bad in the police force. All the reminder when I come back on data, we have a mixture of good and bad. It's in the village with the DAG Triplets and WZYE 95.9 FM. In the village, we have a mixture of good and good. But when we come back, we're going to address Gary's statement with respect to a mixture of good and bad in the police force. Stick and stay, don't go nowhere. It's in the village with the DAG Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
We are back with you. It's in the village with the DAG Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. Let me say welcome to Judy Dasent. Welcome. Carice, welcome. Let me see who else is here. Hold a minute. Carice, Judy. Oh God, look, Judy says, I'm gonna read this what Judy says. Hold a minute there. Takesha says, Vonnie, 26, as I came back after stranded for almost 9 months, I saw him once after I came out of quarantine, and the next time was in a body bag. I think Takesha is talking about his son. Her son. Right? Yeah. I mean, my Judy says Judy said this guy's a sorry excuse. Police always stand up for their own. Judy ain't easy, you know. Judy not easy. All of it. Judy ain't easy. Judy ain't easy at all. Yep. You hear what Tikisha says? Don't get tired up. Some nurses just treat you like dogs too. Right? Yeah. No, I agree with that. I agree with that.
But they treat you like dogs in West St. Lucia, that's what they're saying?
So let me hold on. I want to get back to Gary's statement. I want Gary's statement. But let me just read a few of these quotes here. Kapisa says here the TPS form a gang called the Manikou gang. I don't really know about that. Anybody know about that?
That's in Grenada.
No, there was the Mongoose gang we know about back in the day.
Yeah, I think I heard something about that.
Mongoose was in Grenada. Manikou.
Yeah. I think that's what Master Brevoort told us about that one. The Mongoose gang.
I thought that was in Trinidad.
Grenada.
Yeah. No, man, I think we had something like that in Trinidad too.
Yeah?
No, they had the flying squad.
No, but there was something about Mongoose gang.
No, there was no Mongoose gang. There was a flying squad.
So Judy says, answer me if you have anyone working in Porterspin Hospital. Ask them about those set cops who killed those boys. It's alleged nurse said those cops bring in most wounded or killed shooting. I read something about that too. I actually read something about that. Carice says, Takesha blessed. God blessed you with him and his kids, which is a big part of him, and God bless them with you. Judy says, nurses know plenty of cops killing. They need to check out hospital records of cops. Nah, I don't remember the Mongoose gang, eh?
Me neither.
Yeah. Kapisa says, you ain't hear about the Mongoose gang? Nah. I think I hear something about it in
Grenada.
Yeah, I hear something.
Mongoose is Grenada. But Manikou in Trinidad, they say that's news.
Yeah. Nah. Akira say.
Look, Akira is saying hello to you.
Yeah, I seen she said my husband Anderson and I locked on. Anderson!
Good evening.
Anderson, you put the ring on Akira's finger yet?
So, Akira, where's Anderson? How come we can't get a hold of him?
He out on behalf of PDP. What's wrong with you?
I know when I was young, we hang out with the corner, and if police pick up, everybody could get locked up, good and bad. Oh, so let me go back to the statement. Gary says there is good and bad, right? Gary, that's what you said, right?
Exactly. That's why we said Gary could fit in there.
Isn't there good and bad in every community? Isn't there good and bad in the country?
There's good and bad all over.
So should we paint based on these 8 police officers? Should we paint police officers as murderers?
All of them? Oh.
All of them?
Okay.
I don't think when them guys leave home, when they leave their kids and their wife, they're telling themselves, I go now there and murder people. I want to go that far. I don't think that's what them guys thinking.
Not in Trinidad, maybe in the United States. Not in Trinidad.
No police officer go out there with the intention to murder anybody. Nobody.
Well. It's our police here. It's our police here on tape. It's our police here in this country. It's our police in this country on tape saying what to go out and do people. Eh?
Oh yes. So
they're them on tape. Eh? They're them on tape telling you how to go out and deal with them. Eh?
And it's not your race they're trying to kill, Gary. Good.
And they call them names, eh?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
And they have
why,
said,
why they don't want to kill my race?
I have no idea. You have to get in their head, Gary.
yeah.
Yeah, let them go and shoot some doctors out there and some computer engineers too.
They want to kill all anything that look like me and Slim and Tommy, not you. You will fare better when you meet a racist police officer. You will fare better.
You know, I want to say something.
So?
Yeah?
You think
Hell
so?
yeah, hell yeah. Hell
all
yeah,
right,
you
so,
will.
let's
They
go
will
back
not,
to Trinidad
Gary,
and Tobago.
they will
We were
not
talking about good and
profile
bad
you
before.
here. They will not profile you here. They will profile me, a black woman, first.
Okay,
You know what
so
I'm telling you?
So
It's
who
a
tells you
given
I don't
fact.
get pulled over here? A few
I
days
say
ago, I
you
get pulled
don't
over
get
to work.
maybe a headlight out or you're speeding, but they will profile me first and not you. I note the word I said profile, eh? Good. Go ahead.
Well, let me tell you something. Police could profile all they want, but when they stop me and how they handle it, and they don't see anything to warrant their stop, then they have to go on their merry way.
Yeah. But, well, it don't always end up that way for an African person.
We cannot stop police from profiling.
What do you mean you can't stop police?
No,
Of course you can. Yes, you can, Gary.
No. Because if police has reason,
Gary,
free enough.
Gary, profiling is illegal.
Yes.
Listen to me. You. If police has reason, if police has reason to stop you, yes, please, by all means. You feel you need to stop me, go ahead, but be respectful.
Gary,
no,
Gary, come on now, Gary.
No.
New Jersey
no
Turnpike.
problem with police stopping me.
You have no problem because you know you will 100% of the time you are going to walk away with your life. With people that look like me and Slim and Tommy, we ain't too sure we gonna come out alive. Go ahead.
Gary, there have been cases in this country. New Jersey Turnpike, Garden State Parkway, the New York Thruway, the Florida Turnpike, all across this country. I-78, right? Where police from different departments across this country was racially profiling people and pulling them over because they were black. It didn't that they broke the law, they were speeding, they will racially profile them and pull them over, right? And before long,
that's something different. I'm talking about
profiling. That is what we're talking about.
No, I'm not talking about race profiling. I'm talking about pulling you over if it's something looks suspicious.
Oh, Gary, Lord,
you know.
Gary, go and drink something and relax yourself.
But Gary, think about this, right? Gary, if you pull me over because I'm black, that's illegal.
That's illegal. And if you pull me over because I did something that caused you to pull me over, or you
that's not what we're talking about. No, let me give you an example. Gary, I have to ring it again. Let me give you an example. I was taking Stormy to the thing where he goes and he swims in the pool and stuff. It is a small town and where you don't see none of me at all, really. Yeah? No matter how I drive through, I don't see none. And the policeman, he waited till I turned the light to go up inside a certain road and pulled me over. And his question to me is, I look lost. Now, lost, how you just look when you're lost?
So I guess, was he trying to provide you assistance with direction?
I did not ask for assistance. I knew exactly where I was going. And I made the right turn legally. There's nothing wrong with my vehicle. I was wearing my seatbelt and I playing my music and tapping the steering wheel. And he comes up behind, pulls me on at a very desolate spot and tells me I look lost. So he's looking for attitude from me. So I told him, I said, lost? No. I know exactly where I'm going.
Right? In this age of GPS, right?
Yeah, then you're gonna ask me for my driver's license. I said, okay, all right, well, I'll give it to him. So for 30 years, I have no moving violation. Knock on wood. So he had to come back.
Ask him.
No,
you were supposed to ask him.
No, in that desolate spot, an armed white man with a gun. I ain't chop it, eh? I give him the license. Get away from in front of me. I don't want him. The further away from he get, I good. I gave him the license.
So
Let
what
he
did
go
he
and
do
run.
when
Let
he
give
got your
some work to
license?
do now. Let him give some work
What?
to do now. He went and he run the license. He got nothing. He gets
You,
nothing. He
you,
said,
you, you file a
huh?
complaint against them? Did you
I'm
call
not
the town?
filing any complaint. I don't want to deal with them. I don't want to deal with it. He gave him a license. He says, where are you heading? I said, I'm going to drop my dog to day camp. Right? And he says, oh, you know where it is? I said, yeah, I go there all the time. Oh, you have a nice dog. You're trying to change the whole tension now. Right? What is his name? I said, look him there, ask him now.
I would have said something. Something happened to me.
Gary, you will get away. You will get away, but I could become the next Breonna Taylor in that desolate area. Nobody, he and me alone. I don't want him in front of me. I don't want him near me with the gun. I don't want him talking to me. Go about your business and go and look for child molesters and things now. Leave me alone. I wanted he away from me. So my objectivity is to separate, put enough distance between me and this man in this desolate area. I am not going to further incite him, irate him.
Yeah, but Diana, your
Gary, let me
silence has
finish.
allowed this to continue.
Gary, you will get away with it. I will not. I am an African woman.
All right,
okay?
Biden is the president, not
I
Trump.
know.
Anyway,
I don't
let's
care.
get back to
Biden ain't
Trinidad.
nowhere
Let's get back
wrong
to
here to
Trinidad.
help.
So wait a minute. Let me get back. Albert Montano says Gary living in a different world. The police in Toronto get in plenty trouble for racial profiling. That is in Canada, Gary. Gary, across this world, the same thing that happens here.
So ask Albert if Indians just get pulled over and called Paki in Canada. If they just get pulled over and called Paki. All Indians
and that
call
is
them Paki
wrong.
over there.
And that is
Gary,
wrong.
any racial profiling is wrong.
It's wrong.
Nobody is saying for anybody that's been, if you're pulling over Asians.
No, I understand all of that. But in the midst of all of this, we have people who are out there committing crimes. Okay, they're wreaking havoc in the country, and they're not too old. They're still in their teens. Some of them not even 18. Okay, and they're in gangs. They're wearing big gold chain, and when you see them get shot, big gold chain and fancy sneakers, and you know exactly that they can't afford that, right?
Gary, as you say that, Gary, I'm going to show you a video of an Indian guy with a lot of gold chains and a lot of nice.
I sent the video to you. I sent that video.
Oh, you sent it. All right. Yeah. So Gary, should I say that there are many more that look like him who are doing the same exact thing?
But it's obvious the man look like a gangster. Answer me covering it up.
But Gary, I'm asking you a question. Should I paint a broad brush and say there are many more like him who are doing exactly the same thing?
What does a gangster look like?
You got to tell me 1 minute. I want Gary to answer.
Deafening silence.
No silence. Did I say that all people that look a certain way is criminals? Did I say
Gary,
that?
Let me ask the question again.
Did I
Gary,
say that people in look like the same way in certain areas, not committing crime, but mostly people in a certain part, especially in the Port of Spain, Movan, Lavantil area, in the United States government is warning people not to go in these areas. Why? Because they're selling doubles and bacon shark.
Gary, do you know there's travel advisory for America too?
I'm asking you about Trinidad and Tobago.
No, right? I'm asking you, I'm telling you.
Why did the United States put out this travel advisory? They're selling bacon
no. That is because that's because Trinidad put that out.
Why they warn you not to go in these areas?
Because everybody living in there is criminals.
I didn't say anybody. I didn't say anybody.
Everybody living in there is criminals. That's why.
But the general warning in traveling to the country of Trinidad and Tobago, it tell you to beware.
Listen, there's travel advice.
What I'm asking you is, how many times?
Gary, you know what I'm gonna get for you? I'm gonna get for you the statistics of murders in different areas of Trinidad and Tobago. I had
Okay,
this
well, I'm
spreadsheet here,
asking you,
and I'm going to show
how
you
many times
that
they block the road when you're heading up in the beatam there, and the people get robbed right in the traffic there? How many times?
all the time. Every day that has happened. Every day.
How many times that has happened?
Every day.
So
every day
why
that's happened, Gary.
it is the people that make a reputation for themselves where they're selling things and people come in there to buy?
I don't understand.
Sweet bread, fresh baked bread. Right now we have a problem with the bread in Kiss Bakery. Why it is that they didn't make some kind of product where people was rushing to the neighborhood to buy it instead of running from the neighborhood?
You see, Gary, you don't know what you're talking about.
Who created the reputation?
Gary, let me tell you.
Who created the reputation for that area?
Gary, during the pandemic, Gary, during the pandemic, they used to be selling all kind of things on the beatum. All them people selling chicken, fish, and people going and buying it. They come in, they're picking it up, and they're going home. As soon as the pandemic done, you know what they did? They went back to KFC. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know they went back to KFC.
Oh, you see, you're talking. You're talking big like you know.
So,
right?
What I'm saying to you, me not talking about just now. I said, why it is that the reputation, who created that reputation? Me?
No, but you can continue to enhance that reputation.
I'm asking
Gary, Gary, you have to be careful in calling something a reputation, you know, lies.
What I'm saying to you, the reputation for the neighborhood, right? To cause people to say not to go there. I'm telling you, if you open a store in a district and you don't maintain the store with sanitation and safety, is people going to fluctuate that store?
Gary,
right?
you have to be
I don't have to be careful. I am calling it as I see it. The people made that reputation there. I'm not saying that there are not any good people there, you know, because we know personally there are good people in up in Laventille because we are connected to some of them, right?
But if you're spreading a general rhetoric,
no,
and it can be used as an instrument of lies.
Not just Gary Maham,
I have to be very careful.
And Gary Maham, there's a lot of Afro Trinities calling it out.
So Gary, Albert Montano says, Gary playing stupid with foolishness, right? And then Judy Descent says, Albert Montano for real, you know. Capiza says,
I'm not talking. So that's not information out in the public domain.
Let me just finish read this. Diana Capiza says Diana does feel out of place on the golf course in Mocha. Right? So
why you feel out of place, Capiza?
Albert says black men get racial profiling in Toronto all the time. Oh, he didn't say some of the time, you know. All the time. Judy says, hello, Gary's the opposition in the chat. Oh God. Yeah. Hold on, Judy says, Stormy should have answered. I guess Stormy should have answered the question. We still welcome. Yeah, we could try and call some PNM MPs tonight. We could do that. You know?
They're not answering the phone.
Yeah, they're not answering the phone. You see, the thing about it is that, you know, I believe that if I am talking about things to better the country, my actions and my oral presentation is just as important how I want to better the country. If I am gonna have certain type of language that's explosive and defamatory, right? The people who are looking at you now say, well, wait, that person is about country for real, boy? Right? How is that person about country when that person is branding certain people as certain type of activities? For example, when Gary Griffith was here, and I said 3 black kids, he called me uneducated
No,
fool.
he actually, the first thing he actually said was, so what race was the police officers?
No, what race was the 18 police officers?
All right.
So think about that, Gary. Now, think about that. If I was thinking about race, I would have gone and checked to see if there was 18 police
but look
officers.
at the 8 officers that changed, that charge, right?
Yeah.
2 is Indian.
Okay.
And 6 is Afro-Trinis, right?
Right.
So who you want to blame for this incident here now?
What do you mean?
Well, you know, they were trying to say at one point that the Indian officers were influencing the Afro officers to kill the young Afro kids. You know?
Who was saying that?
So
Who was
that
saying
was
that?
said before, right?
Really? Gary, who said that?
So
Really?
now I'm asking you,
Gary,
all right?
you said African police officers were killing Africans. Didn't you say that?
Listen to me. It was said
No, Gary,
before.
Gary, why can't you just answer some questions, man?
It was said before here that the Indian superior officers were influencing the Afro officers and the force to kill the Afro kids. Right?
Who said that?
Okay, it was said right here.
By us? By us?
Okay. It was
by
said
us?
Right here. So what
by us, Gary?
Now that
Gary, you're lying now. Gary.
Now you put this thing on Gary Griffin. Give me the right answer.
Gary,
So
I have all the audio tapes. Please let me know when me, Tony, or Diana ever said that. I will pull it and I will replay it. You are lying now.
Paul said it the other day when we wanna raise the issue.
What we were saying? What did I? What did he say? What did I say, Gary?
Backtracking to what Gary Griffith gave you an answer there. When he asked, when you said, "Oh, they killed 3 black boys." So what race was the officers? We can't bring the race thing into Trinidad police. We cannot bring no race talk into Trinidad police.
That is not race talk.
But that is
they were black, and even the media reported it as black.
That's how you came across, Ansem, and that is what.
So Gary,
the man gave you the answer to suit.
No, but Gary, and that is his problem. That is his problem. You understand? The 18 officers that were involved, Gary, none of us on here, none of us ever said the officers were black or the officers were Indian. None of us.
Nope.
None of us never said that. Nope. Never. Because we don't know. I don't know.
You don't know.
The only time I knew there was any Indian officers is when the 8 pictures was released. I never knew that.
Nope.
And then Gary Griffin brought up the 18. Did we check 18 officers there?
You
the 3 kids were black.
You shouldn't have put it where, they killed 3 black boys. You shouldn't have
why
said
not?
That
why not?
What should I say?
Why not? Tell me, Gary, why not? Is 3 Chinese the kill? Is 3 Syrian the kill? Is 3 Indian the kill? They killed 3 black Trinbagonian youths.
So what you say? So the police don't kill Indian too in Trinidad?
Nobody said that.
Nobody said that, Gary.
Nobody said that.
Well, let me tell you, as far as it comes to Trinidad and Tobago, leave the race thing out of Trinidad and Tobago police force.
But Gary, you talking? You of all people talking about race thing? You?
We're dealing with America and England and UK, it's something different.
You talking about race thing?
Police look like we.
All right, Gary. All right, okay. Let me move on. Let me move on.
Oh, Papa, yo.
Yeah,
and you're right, Gary. They killed 3 human beings.
Yeah. So now, Gary, whenever you share something, right? I want you to edit it and put humans there.
Yeah.
Don't share anything with just black people now, eh?
I don't put no name or no description. I don't put no name. I just share what I find.
Okay. Share what you find. Okay. I'm glad.
On that note,
I don't label nothing.
On that note, Gary, on sharing what you find. So you shared this today, right? You shared this today. And so far, there has been none. Let me read this for you. You shared this today, Gary. So you just sharing what you find.
Ask Albert Montano, he older than us.
No, Gary, you just share what you find, right?
Yes.
This is a quote with Dr. Eric Williams' name under it. If Trinidadians was a donkey, Pinal will be the tail. And if you want to see people of superior, look under the tail in quotes. Quotes. I asked Gary, where did he get that quote from?
Yep.
And so far, Gary cannot prove to me where that quote was gotten from. But Gary, don't have no fear, no favor. I Google it.
I didn't create that. I sent it to you so you know.
So Gary, you just cannot
but you have to
share things.
verify
You have
information
to
before
vet.
you
You
disseminate
have
it.
to vet
So
information
no,
before you
guys, 1
share
minute.
Okay,
it.
so then I posed the question, and there was a few people. In fact, I tagged Diana on it because you didn't want to be tagged on it.
No, I don't want to be tagged on that. Don't tag me on them things.
Didn't a few people respond on the website that I found it?
Gary,
I asked the question.
Gary, let me read something for you now from The Guardian 2015. And this will prove something. The headline says, give Point 14 hospital priority. Okay? And hear what it says. This is what it says. And it shows you something. Now, all you think about it, that other one says something different, right? We're going to get back to that. This is what its quote it says. Another matter concerns the Superior Sports Complex. I urge the Prime Minister to ensure that the project is completed as a sign that is we time. Politics will not prevail under his administration. Several Cyprians have told me that the late Prime Minister Dr. Williams said at a meeting in Cypria, if Trinidad is a donkey, Cypria is under the donkey tail. Right? You hear that, right? Let me go back to this thing here one now.
Okay,
this one
so
says,
you went and
Gary, can I finish? Gary,
hold
let
on,
me
he's
finish.
not done.
Let me finish.
Go
it
ahead.
says in this one now, if Trinidadian was a donkey, penal. It's not superior anymore. It's now penal. Will be under the donkey tail. And if you want to see the people of superior, look under the donkey tail. Now, it went from superior to penal. It is here for you to see. And Gary, so far, not one, and I posted on social media too, not one individual can prove that Dr. Williams ever said this quote. And that's why I said to you, Gary, don't share this kind of divisive thing with me. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see it. I don't want it. Go ahead.
But let me ask you something. You think Google document all the pecan that Eric Williams made, the politicians made in statements back in the 60s and 70s?
Yeah,
you think Google have all that information, all the insults about let the dog bark and thing? Anybody document that?
Gary,
you think Google
I'm
have
not
that
talking
information?
about that. You can shift the goalpost how much you want.
You go on
could
to
go in
Google
the Waffle House. No one so far have been able to prove.
America care about we so much that they go document everything that was said in Trinidad.
What are you talking about? America? It doesn't care what part of the world you are. Once it's in a newspaper or something, it's in Google.
All the pecans. Listen to me. When the businessman shot the guys who were trying to kidnap his son down in Philly City, right? And they want to kill 40 Indians for every Afro-Trinese because the man defended himself. Is that information out in the public domain? When Ken Valley had to go down there and make peace, right? They want to kill 40 Indians, right? For a businessman defending his son when they come and try to grab him in front of his business, try to grab his son, right?
Who tried to grab him, Gary?
The man had to leave the country, okay?
Who tried to grab him?
All right?
Nancy, man.
Some Afro-Trinidadians tried to grab the man child in front of the house where he
How you know that?
The man had to kill. It wasn't the press. The man had to kill. The man shot one of them. I guess one of them got killed or something like that. The man had to shut up his business and leave Felicity. Right? That ain't true.
You don't know?
So a lot of things are not documented. You can't Google and find everything that took place.
Gary, you have to be careful. I keep telling you, right? You have to be careful.
Dana, don't go down that road again. Don't get on the road. Gary, here's a question somebody want to ask. It says, question to Gary, how much Indian males get gunned down by cops in TNT? So, okay. So the question is just this, right? If we about country, we have to stop spreading this kind of rhetoric, okay? Because this is rhetoric. It went from superior, and this one now is penal, right? The other one, if it was Trinidad was a donkey, superior will be under the donkey tail. If you want to see people of superior, look under the donkey tail, right? But this one, tilt it a little bit and put penal. And all I'm saying is that if we want to have a better Trinidad and Tobago, we have to stop doing these type of things. We have to stop it. Right? Because no one so far, and it's been all over social media, no one so far, you know, somebody tell me, my grandfather told me back then, I tell him, well, you know what? My grandfather told me that man landed on Venus, you know. My grandfather told me that too. So I could come and tell you that, hey, man landed on Venus, you know. How do you know that? But what's wrong with you, boy? My grandfather told me that, boy. Right? So my grandfather told me that's proof.
Google document all the insults that Eric William made and discrimination to people in the country, right?
Gary, nobody ain't talking about that.
Okay.
We are talking about a specific item here on the screen.
Okay, and you want me to send you where
we are being specific.
Posted it? Did I post that? Did I create that? I sent it to you so that you know what was said.
And I tell you, I don't want, don't send me them things. I don't want it. I don't want it. Don't send it to me. I don't need it. Because when you send me them kind of thing, I just Google it. And when I Google it and I can't find it,
yeah, and Google document all the nastiness that said, right?
So Gary, how do you explain superior being changed to penal? How do you explain that? How do you explain that, Gary? And the article is there.
The people play with words and all the time things are documented in different ways. So what was said was said.
So,
all right?
So wait. So penal, was it penal or superior?
Let me tell you something. You see the cowshed and the cowpen people? They're lawyers and doctors today, right? The people that they made mockery, the people in the lagoon, right? Their children are lawyers and doctors and engineers that they were making fun of, right?
And there are Trinidadians that are doing well, and we are proud of them, Gary. Whether it's the lagoon, the river, the swamp, wherever. I am proud of my
those Trinidadians.
Diana.
Why you think the agricultural industry suffering because of discrimination?
So far, Gary,
caused our agricultural industry to suffer.
Gary, you all over the place. You. It was very specific.
No.
Wait a minute. Gary, you're all over the place. It was very specific.
Things done in the country. You want to come at me? I'll give you facts. There's certain things that done in the country that have we in a situation today. These are the people that instigated and created the divide. Gary Mahabian created that.
I'm not going to shock. I have something to say.
No. Diana, wait.
Let Diana talk.
No.
Gary.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Right.
We are focusing on a quote in quotations by Dr. Eric Williams. It's in quotations. Somebody have to take this quote and put it on this document with Dr. Eric Williams' face on it and put Dr. Eric Williams' names under it. It says, if Trinidad was a donkey, penal will be the tail. And when I go to the Guardian has something that is totally different from what this is by the changing of two names. One is penal and one is superior. So the person whoever did this was a specific intent to do something. They wanted to have a certain idea that they want to put out in the public space with regards to Dr. Eric Williams. And it's unfortunate and it doesn't help the country, and we need to stop going down that road, and all it does is a racial road to divide and conquer, and we need to stop it. And that's all I'm going to say on it. It is sad, and that's why I tell Gary, I don't want to hear about it. Don't send it to me. I don't want it. And dies it on that. Okay, that is it. Go ahead, Dan, if you want to say something, but dies it after that.
Gary, I just want to say, you see, you know Dr. Bishnu Raghunathan? He grew up on the same street I grew up on. I remember his family living in a smaller house. And I'm not going to use the type of house, but I know the house. And they used to call his mother the milkwoman because they sold milk and stuff. I know. And he's listening. He's probably listening. And I'm not speaking any mixed truths. And and in that same small house, not all, you were saying everybody live in the lagoon. Where Dr. Vishnu Raghunath grew up was no lagoon. So I don't know where you're going with this lagoon talk. He lived down the street from me.
All right.
And can I finish? I listen to you. Let me finish. Not all Indian people live in lagoons and grow up that way. He lived in a smaller house. Now all of them have big mansions sitting on the land there. They improved themselves. And under his mother, I was able to get an education and lunch many days. So I'm trying to show you, stop with this divisive rhetoric. Now, if his mother didn't like black people, many days I would have been hungry. I would have nothing to eat. I would have a uniform to go to school. I would have, I don't know what would happen to me, right? Because she did not believe, she didn't have that tendency in her, well, all black people bad. All them black girls, they're going to just come out and be whining women and that kind of thing. She assisted me, that Indian woman. So you have to stop with that divisive rhetoric.
What devices? I'm bringing something to your attention. I didn't create this. You talking like I created this. I didn't create this.
Stop sharing that divisive rhetoric.
But you have Gary, to know what's
I gave you, respect me, Gary, and give me a minute to finish what I'm saying. There may be people that are well-to-do in Trinidad and Tobago and have businesses and may want to extend a gratuitous hand toward the young African males to assist them, get them a job instead of having to rob. But because of the divisiveness that you want to spread, right? It can be eventually. It may turn into you can spread a lie so often that it eventually becomes the truth.
Spread it. I want to spread.
Gary, what is happening. I am spread speaking.
You Gary, it. You phrasing
Gary,
it. I spreading this. This is the reality
guys, listen.
And
guys.
Nobody.
Gary, why are you not giving me a chance to finish what I have to say?
Guys.
When it comes to controlling human beings, there's no better instrument than lies.
Dana and Gary.
Because your beliefs can be manipulated through a lie. Okay?
We're moving on.
Good. We're moving
on. Because, in closing, I'd like to say to Gary that, if you are all about country, right, this thing that you shared here, right, you would have done a little bit of homework, and you wouldn't share it because you would have noticed that it was very divisive, right? And
I brought it to your attention what was being said. I didn't create it. You're acting like I created it.
We never said you created it.
We asked you not to share it. Because from this, you're going to spark a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah. It's divisive. So listen. So you see, so let me get back to something else. I wanted to say this. The Prime Minister said something about, and I want to go to this. The Prime Minister said something about, let me get it here. Okay, no, let me get it. Hold on, Okay, yes, yeah, here it is. Yeah. And people might be shocked about this, but I'm going to put this up on the screen. The Prime Minister made a pronouncement that he thinks that crime in Trinidad and Tobago has become a public health problem. And many people take him to task for that, right? But the World Bank have actually put out something and asked the question, is violence a public health problem? Right? Mm-hmm. So as usual, with myself, I tell people, Google stuff. I tell them Google stuff all the time. So I Google it. Why is violence a public health issue? Right? This is what it says. Since violence in its many forms, interpersonal, self-directed, and collective, often lead to physical and mental impairment, disability, and premature death, it should be seen as a major public health issue that requires sound assessment of its causes as well as multi-sectoral policies and strategies. So I have to say the Prime Minister was 100% correct when he made that pronouncement. He should have went a little further and give the people a sense of a definition and give the people a sense of, listen, the World Bank blogs did an article in 2015 and asked the question, is violence a public health problem, right? It would have been more, the people would have been able to understand them with a little more information, right? And it just says, let me read some of it for you. Reading Nobel laureate Gabriel Garcia Marquez's masterpiece, 100 Years of Solitude, one is confronted with an unsettling reality. In the mythical tongue of Macondo, violence is an accepted mechanism used by successive generations to deal with individuals and social conflicts. It also involves enduring pain in the townspeople long after dispute is settled with blood. While magic realism is at the core of Garcia Marquez's novel, let's not forget that it's a depiction of violence and its after effects was shaped by real historical events in Latin America, events that continue today to illustrate the inexorable reality of violence and its negative impact on families and communities everywhere. Since violence in its many forms, and this is just repeating what was just said, interpersonal, self-directive, and collective, often leads to physical and mental impairment, disability, and premature death. It should be seen, premature death, it should be seen as a major public health issue that requires some epidemiological assessment of its causes, as well as multi-sectoral policies and strategies, including public health intervention, right? And then they go on and talk about, let's make the case. So this is just, again, me just listening to what the Prime Minister had to say and tell myself, man, that's some kind of off key, I think I can make too much sense. And again, Father Google, come up, and I'm sure if you Google it, you may come up with something that says it don't make sense. But that's where the discussions are held. So I Google it, and that's what I came up with. So I'm just sharing with you guys what I came up with. So maybe the Prime Minister is onto something, and he can elaborate on it a little bit. And I want to expand a little bit. I don't know if Tommy, Gary, or Diana wants to say anything on that.
Well, first of all, it's obvious that the mental health stress has caused some people to respond in certain ways and behave a certain way with the outbursts, right? But the thing about it is, is this something that all of a sudden we a light hit us and we realize it? This is a growing problem. It's an existing problem, and a lot of the problem is because we have put it in. We have caused it by negligence, by ignoring, to put the resources where it's necessary to meet the needs of the people who elected you. 7 or 8 years, 7 years down the line, realizing what's the needs of the people in your community, in your country, in your constituency. So this is not that he's wrong. It's not that he's wrong there at all. But I just want to know if he plans to put the Minister of Health in charge of crime. That's going to be another disaster. Oh, Lord.
Gary, it needs a coming together of a whole different set of ministries.
I've been saying that.
It doesn't. It's not only ministry, and we've been saying on this program long time. Look how the school children perform, right? All the anxieties they had after being in the lockdown and all that. You see the end result now. Look at the
You've seen an
statistics
outburst.
produced.
You've seen an outburst.
Yeah. You're seeing the fighting, and apparently their grades are not up to par, and a whole slew of academic issues.
But the thing, why you said that you're jamming in the class? Why you didn't take them out in the field and let them do a little sport because they're already locked away? We didn't see that. We didn't realize that we need to get them children to burn some steam outside in the field.
In order to rectify and address the issue, the public health issue, it needs a conglomeration of all. Look, you have the children that they take out of the homes and send them into these state homes, and they're being molested. That is another issue.
You can't trust the government to do that.
Well, they need to. That is why people want transparency. And look, let me draw an example. So our President Biden tested positive for COVID. Again? You see the transparency in how they reported what happened to him? In a sort of hush. The press secretary, the chief health officer, perhaps his doctor was supposed to come, but maybe he was unavailable. But there was transparency in letting us know the absence of Mr. Biden. But in Trinidad and Tobago, it's a sort of hush, no transparency. When the opposition gets up in Parliament and requesting information, they're telling them they're out of order. So I am saying now to Trinbagonians, maybe I drift from the topic a little, in your next elected government, have a proper opposition too, and hold the opposition accountable. Because if the opposition has to be a formidable force in getting things done in the country. But you want a proper incumbent government. And you want a Speaker of the House who is neutral. Who ain't a party card to this one and the next one. To get things done inside that place. To get things done in Trinidad and Tobago. Perhaps the Constitution needs to be revisited, revamped, rewritten, thrown out the window, wherever, I don't know. And have a proper run government. But a proper Speaker of the House, because that is where the problem lies. You're allowing the incumbent to be bullies. You're shushing the opposition. Nobody wants to hear, and they're raising proper issues. They're raising issues that affect the populace, but you're being told you're out of order. How are you out of order when you're asking about things that affect the population, that voting for you? So Trinidad and Tobago, here's your opportunity to fix things in your country. Fix it. Fix it once and for all, for your future, for your now and your future generations. Fix it.
You know,
Diana, if you have to put a crappo up in there, let the crappo hold the crappo accountable. Make the crappo accountable. If you have to put a batty mamzelle in there, make the batty mamzelle accountable. But put somebody in there that is going to stand up for all you and all your future, all your children, help all you create intergenerational wealth, handle the crime situation, put a proper commissioner of police, handle the educational system, stop the crime on the women, the murdering. Fix your country. Your vote can fix Trinidad and Tobago and stop going on this tribal line. Go ahead.
If you have to fix crime, you have to start with the family. I'm telling you have to go way down. The Prime Minister is absolutely right. The people in the community have to get involved. The family has to get involved. But again, I am seeing a lack of resources within the range of the people that could have helped to change the way things are being done. All right? Because the lack of resources caused things to escalate.
Okay, 25 years ago, I wrote an article in the Caribbean Linker paper up here about the deportation dilemma. In that article, I was talking about the fact that America was sending back Trinidadians who came here as little babies and so on because they had done violent crimes, and after they did their jail time, they were being sent back to their homeland. Not just Trinidad, but I focused on Trinidad because that's where I'm from. And I talked about the fact that it was only a matter of time that the deportation dilemma was going to make some of our Caribbean islands extremely unsafe. Why? You had a bunch of youths who came to the United States as children, going back to their homeland where they knew no one. Instead of them being rehabilitated, they had become much more hardened criminals. They would have gone. They would have actually shared some of their criminal experiences with youths back in the homeland. Not only that, I spoke to the fact that mothers, especially single mothers, having to work and having their television sets be the babysitters, and the violence that's perpetrated on TV or propagated on TV, program these young, innocent, impressionable minds to where they become numb to violence. There's so much, and there are so many factors that can be attributed to what has become of society today. You see, there are certain countries in the world where they don't even show some of these American shows, especially the violent ones. And they get a different result. Because a lot of these youths, I say maybe they think, like in the movies, you know, you shoot up somebody and they die, they're gonna get up and go about their business. Because that's how they behave, as if the gun violence is something like it's a play or acting or something. Has to be.
And the video games. The video games that you have your child sitting down playing 3 hours of shooting, and that's fun. She's reading and you know, we used to play card games, and where we used to play what cowboy and Indian. But what we shoot with? A piece of branch. Right? A piece of branch.
But here is Diana. What's done in media is called programming. Programming has 3 phases: input, process, output. Garbage in, garbage out.
But what I'm saying is, if we had the cultural thing, first of all, they were damn wrong to get rid of the Best Village program. That was a good community structure thing. We had people engaged in doing things. But what I'm saying to you is, if we had the children indulge in the after-school sport program, the extra educational support program where they can get homework help within the range of their community, and all these things, it would have changed the game on what's taking place right now. But the lack of support, the children fell through the cracks, and the gang leader seems to be the person that are the moral support there for them. We can't change the fact that mothers are going to be single. We can't change that. All right?
Yeah, but what we said is that societal programming through media make violence, glorify violence.
Yes, we understand that. But I have seen what happened in this country, like I tell you, with the sports, utilizing the sports, and you engage the children into constructive things, and you could, if you have the right support in a community, you could kind of channel them away from that kind of thinking. But the gang leaders take over in our community, and we can't seem to stop them. Them is the community leaders. If you go check the community centers, it run down in some community. All right. So
what I said 25 years ago is that the deportation dilemma was going to add to that madness, and I'm certain that certainly is what happened.
Definitely, they become the leaders down there.
And some of those children became what is known as the barrel children. Because your family up here just shipping barrel, not making them work to earn a living.
Some of our children, which I know personally, came to this country very nice, very timid, and they get mixed up with the other Caribbean people here, and they were changed. They were not Trinidadian children anymore, you know. They became very hostile and aggressive. We children came here in a non-hostile way. I know some from close friends of ours, and those children became gang leaders after they living in the U.S., mixing with other Caribbean people.
At the time, I was saying that they should not be deported because the violent and the errant behavior they learned was here. Therefore, they should be rehabilitated here. Not only that.
Right now, in Normanton, we have Haitians and Jamaicans fighting for turf, and none of them born in this country.
I went as far as to say that back in the 50s, when Sparrow came to Trinidad as a youngster, and he did some things that weren't so nice. If Trinidad had deported him, would he have been as great as he became? That's one of the questions I asked, and I took a lot of flack for it because the article was published in the Guardian, I think, and oh man, I got some emails back that weren't nice at all.
Who cares?
But guys, you see, Dr. Rowley wants to blame parenting, right? But all of them are hypocritical, disingenuous, and deceitful. All of them is in HDD. All of them. Who gives the gangs work in CPEP? Who gives the gang leaders work in CPEP? Who gives them contracts? Who does give them?
Let me tell you something. I just heard today a certain minister meeting in his constituency. I ain't calling no name right now. We're going to talk about
But Gary, this is across. This is any party that was in power.
Me talking
any party was in power.
I ain't talking party. I ain't talking party.
I'm talking party. I am talking party. Any party in power, they give the gang leaders CPEP contracts. Talk now. You want to blame all kind of things. Blame the parents.
Don't get
parents in doing this. And the government encouraging them gangsters and them.
Well, let me tell you something. If you are giving them extra threatening your life, so
you a government minister, you are security guard, all kind of thing. You have to get them.
Hello. We need a certain amount of resources to deal with
so
this.
if you become a minister, you will continue that process too.
I am not saying no. I was trying to intercept that. But what I'm saying to you is that they are threatening. In fact, I know the PPG got a lot of threats, right?
So, and what did they do? The same thing that all government do. Continue giving them contracts.
Yep. They threaten Kamala life too, all right?
Gary, what? Did they stop giving gangsters contracts?
I can't confirm that. I wasn't there, but all I can tell you.
You can't confirm that? You don't need to confirm that? I don't even need you to confirm that. I don't need you to confirm that.
I cannot say what I don't know. What I'm telling you is...
Gary, stop. Gary, stop. Do you want to repeat that? Do you want to repeat what you just said?
I cannot say.
I cannot confirm anything.
That you don't know.
There, but I'm telling you.
You can't confirm what you don't know, right?
No. I'm telling you, I don't know.
Oh, I hope.
What I'm telling you is that I heard that they threatened Kamala life, that the gangs were making certain threats because they were demanding to show UNC who is boss, okay, and who in control.
You're approaching top of the hour.
So how do we deal with this? We have to bring in resources. Whatever government in power, we have to bring in resources for protection.
You're approaching top of the hour.
Yeah. When we come back, right, I'm going to show all you another headline in the Guardian with respect to Gary's good friend. And it's like, sometimes, a person just opposing for opposing sake. Just an opposer, right? When we come back, hold on. When we come back, we're going to address that. And I will show you something. I want all you to stay right. I will show you something. You see, that's why we in Trinidad and Tobago, we are in the condition that we are in. We have our faith in some people who we shouldn't be putting our faith in. Stick and stay. It's in the village with the DAG Triplets on WZYE 95.9. And also, Rowley from Toronto says Eric Williams was a racist. Stick and stay, don't go nowhere. It's in the village with the DAG Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. All you now know where we at, right? We'll be right back.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
This our reward to exist for this purpose. The scriptures we have idolized and try hard to live up to. And yet we have been ostracized for the human things we do. Though we were created equal, we cannot find an equal place. Life today for us so crucial, due to color, faith and race. Children of a lesser God seem to be what we are. Children of a lesser God, streaks of a fading star. Children of a lesser God, victims of a color bar. Children of a lesser God, in a status below par. Because our skins are black, we are never fear the rod, doomed to be in the back. Children of a lesser God. Oh, yo, 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 yo. Ay, 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 ay. Yeah, the black man cry. Oh, yo, 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 yo. Ay, 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 ay. It's the black man cry. We the children from Africa want to know the reason why. When we pray to you, Jehovah, you don't hear us when we cry. Is it that you give up on us or we doing something wrong? For other men who are unjust to make us suffer so long. Because we are in the wilderness and praying to achieve freedom from society's wickedness. Seems as if we have become children of a lesser God, struggling to overcome. Children of a lesser God, devoid of peace and wisdom. Children of a lesser God, just running from slum to slum. Children of a lesser God, hoping to find thy kingdom. From New York to Tokyo, or 3 times put to the sword, victims of the status quo. Children of a lesser God. Oh, yo, 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 yo. Ay, 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 ay. Yeah, the black man cry. Oh, yo, 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 yo. Ay, 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 ay. It's the black man cry. From the depths of Abyssinia and the terrains of Soweto, of Solomon and Sheba, our tears continue to flow. From east to west in chains we came as pilgrims in bondage, God. Into lands with a different name, yet we sang your praises, Lord. But in this place of evil men, what was once a bright morning star, it soon became a lion's den. Today it would seem we are children of a lesser God, oppressed by another race. Children of a lesser God, with no proper resting place. Children of a lesser God, hoping for a saving grace. Children of a lesser God, desperately keeping pace. Surrounded by bigotry, made to fight for room and board, plagued by social misery. Children of a lesser God. Oh, yo, 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 yo. Ay, 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 ay. Yeah, the black man cry. Oh, yo, 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 yo. Ay, 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 ay. It's the black man cry. Black people, please be more conscious or you shall be left behind. Commit your lives to more purpose by elevating your mind. The way how this will change and you cannot afford to be weak. You have to start rearranging to achieve the goals you seek. Time to stop allowing others to shape your identity. Unite my brothers and sisters. You no longer want to be children of a lesser God. Always been the underdog. Children of a lesser God, to be swept under the rug. Children of a lesser God, always been the one they flock. Children of a lesser God, strive
We are back with you. It's In the Village with the DAG Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. So there was a headline today in, I think it was today, in The Guardian, right? And I saw it and I said, wow. So I just told you guys about the health, thinking about that crime is a health emergency. And Gary Griffith has slammed it. Gary Griffith slams crime health emergency. Right? Now, why do you think Gary Griffith slammed it? Any guys? What's your guys' opinion? I'm going to read for you guys what was in the article. And I think was this article that, go ahead.
Because in handling a health emergency, there are different tactics need to be employed, and you can't go out there with the one shot, one kill mentality. So perhaps it sort of put handcuffs on any police commissioner's hands, for lack of a better word, to go and deploy the forces to continue murdering young black men. If you declare a health emergency, then you engage in all ministries, you engage in, and you're going to have to approach it from a different angle than a one shot, one kill. Just my opinion.
What do you think, Tony?
Well, it is no matter how you look at it, it's a health crisis, because we're talking about life and death here. So it is the correct way to describe what's going on.
Yeah, Tony, and you are when I Google it, I said the Prime Minister is 100% correct. Gary, what's your take?
I support the Prime Minister statement, but I like I said, I already said before what I had to say. In his failure to recognize this at a much earlier stage and to put things in motion to treat this problem. This problem escalated because of government failure to put resources in place. You just don't take people and throw them here and throw them there. You have to manage certain things, and it is evident that we need certain resources in place. Things got out of hand. It got way out of hand, and they take too damn long to deal with it. And it's too much a dramatization and grand charge, and nothing really trickles down. All the money spent on national security, the police don't have toilet paper in the police station. Simple thing as that. So why are you muzzling the ox that tread in the corn? There has to be a combination of the psychological part from the health ministry, the law enforcement, the Ministry of Sports, Ministry of National Security. Why it is the Prime Minister couldn't bring all these ministries together and have a good discussion on how we're going to address this? Why taking them so long? Because they're under pressure now. It embarrassed them, and they have no choice but to say something. Why do we have to force them? And then I'm calling out the so-called activists on the ground, the people who just bring out the votes, address these issues in your community when things are not getting done. We don't have to wait 5 years to deal with the issue. If something is not getting done and you bring out the vote for that person and that person not doing the job, address the issue. Again, I must say I'm proud of Aisha Wells for finally talking out. Well, let me see where she's going with this.
You know what's really unfortunate is that we want to think, or I don't know if we all think the same way, that changing the political directorate would change certain social issues. Mm-hmm. And it is not so. The attitude of I don't want to say public servant, or should I say the public employee. I don't want to use the word servant because the word servant seems to be an evil word lately. But for the want of a better term, the attitude of the public servant has to change. And with a change in attitude, then we would see things improve tremendously. But unless that happens, then we gotta say who we put in power, we're gonna have the same results.
And
That's my
then
opinion.
and declaring a public health emergency, you have to put things in place, and it would entail social, addressing the social issues in the home, in the schools, the counseling. If you're declaring a public health emergency, then you have to put the healthcare system in place to handle rather than engaging in warfare on the criminal elements or in the society. And you're also the policemen who say their morale is low, they too can benefit from the health emergency.
So
changing a government is the management of the country. If the management working, you have to fire them, regardless of if you think that's not going to work. But at the same time, when you change the government, you have to put certain things towards that new government that if they don't take a certain course of action, them gone too. This is how we have to operate. You just can't say we had to wait 5 years to address the issue because what we gonna do now, Trinidadians have to step up in their community. We are being too damn hypocritical in our community. Bring out the vote. Long as you have this one here, everything fine.
But Gary, you see, that's why I created. Although I just created acronyms, that's how I created HDD: hypocritical, disingenuous, and deceitful. Gary, I haven't heard you yet condemn the UNC for giving contracts to gangsters. You know what? You know what you may say, Gary? Well, they was only in power for 10 years, right? They was only in power for 2 terms, right? But they were part of the problem.
But what I'm saying to you is they were put in a position that if they didn't comply, their lives were threatened. Because the structure,
Gary, that's the best you could do, though.
The structure was created by PNM, whether you like it or not. And
Gary, that's the best you could do.
PNM head honchos
So Gary,
making demands.
So Gary, if you start something,
I was right there one evening in a gathering, and they stormed the event, right? And certain people were pointing them out to me. All right, that's how I know what was going on.
So Gary, if you start something, right, and then all of a sudden you out of power and I come in, I have to continue what you started if it's not the best for the country.
Oh boy.
I got a little distracted there. I'll get back in you guys. I talk.
And that is what's happening.
I didn't hear what you're saying there. So come back to that.
Okay. If you started something that's not good for the country, and I come into power after you, I must continue what you started and it's not best for the country.
What I'm saying to you is that it is not easy to change as you would like to. And first of all, I just thought that Mrs. Bisesa was too timid, too intimidated by people as a leader. I mean, I think, we should have been a little more forceful. I tried to influence some things to be changed. And, just like yourself, nobody was listening. They put up a wall, right? So what I'm saying to you is, when you hire a government or you hire a manager, you can't say, what we're going to do. If the manager is not performing, you fire them. If the government is not performing, you have to fire them. You have to get in their face. The people in the constituency needs to get in these politicians' faces if they're not performing and not addressing these issues. We just have to make too much of a scene and bacchanal just to get the simplest things done, and that need to change. And when you see people standing up, how much support did this get?
So let me read this statement. This article was in the Tuesday Guardian, right? It says, former Commissioner of Police Gary Griffith has described Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley's announcement of a national health emergency on crime as holding no substance. Do you agree with that, Gary?
Well, he would have asked him to explain that, but I don't agree with that. I mean, he's my friend. I support him. I still support him, but I don't agree with that because we do see there is a mental health issue that is really taking place.
Okay, cool. Rowley made this statement at a news conference on Monday in response to rising crime.
I don't know where he's heading with that, but I am saying that we do see that there's some mental health ingredients that is causing the problem. The problem has to be dealt with on a social level too, educational level, parenting, level where the social structure will help with that. And because all we ended up with is more criminals and more criminals and more criminals, right? So I mean, we can't go down the road like that. At the same time, the police has to chastise those who are committing the crime. We need the police to be fully engaged in responding and patrolling to kind of suppress the thing. And then we also need the rehabilitation structure, which we don't have. We in fact, we have a cattle pen and a pig pen to put people in, right? That's what we have there. So, I mean, the way Dr. Raleigh talking is not now he on the scene, man. Come on.
Okay, so they went on to say, but amid a lack of clear details, which is absolutely correct, Dr. Rowley should have put some details on the table with respect to when he talked about it. I agree with that. It is expected to be rolled because amid a lack of clear details on how it's expected to be rolled out, Griffith have drawn his own conclusion on what the PM may be trying to implement. Trying to refer to it as a health issue, it gives the perception that may be trying to call another using public health regulations to try to affect the freedom of movement by citizens. That is the only thing I could see, because other than that, it makes no sense, he says. I totally disagree with that.
That's shallow. That's a shallow.
Yeah, I mean, he could have just used Google. That's what I'm saying, man. I mean, listen, Curry said something recently. Curry said something that she don't try to be the person who knows everything, and she wants them to stay in her lane, right? I'm paraphrasing here. Curry, you can put up your quote again. I said it. I saw it, but it passed by. You see, now.
What kind of research? People could be panicking that he gonna put the Helsinki rule to handle crime.
Curry, come on, man. Come on. Don't even go there. I mean, you only know that ain't gonna happen.
We had to hit him there a little bit,
Yeah, but you know that ain't gonna happen. But for him to say that, so let me read on. At the news conference, Rowley said that the public health emergency effort will be led by permanent secretaries of the Ministry of Social Development and Health, which is correct.
But wait, like somebody listening to me or what? Like somebody.
Which is absolutely correct, and that's what I think. What them guys did for maybe this is the time that.
How long we saying that here?
They did some homework.
No, they're listening.
No, they did some homework. So you got to give them credit. They did some homework, right? So the ministries of Social Development and Health, he said, would also involve the Office of the Prime Minister, the Police Service, the Tobago Office Assembly, Ministry of National Security, Sports and Education.
Multiple agencies.
Yeah, they have it correct.
But that is what I've been saying for the longest
time. They absolutely get it correct. But Gary Griffith, the opposer for opposing's sake, just want to oppose. He's an opposer. Could I call him a pollster? You know, that's a pollster. No, he's an opposer. He just wants to oppose for opposing's sake. And you see, that is part of the problem. If the Prime Minister is bringing an initiative for the betterment of the country, I don't care what side of the political divide you're on. You're supposed to say, you know what? That is for the betterment of country. That can help us get to a better place. That is the kind of political maturity we need in Trinidad and Tobago. And we don't have it. Let me read on. Which involves, all right, so he says, but Griffith said, while this secondary crime prevention approach, okay, hold on. it moved the thing for yeah. But Griffith said, okay, my bad. Rowley said the objective is to enter the youth population at various levels to begin a line of education which could steer people away from participation or being desensitized by crime and criminal activities. But not only about education only, but about entrepreneurship as well. Steering towards opening their own businesses.
All that falls under education. All that falls under education.
Yeah. But Griffith said, while this secondary crime prevention approach is important, it takes several years to get results. He said, what is needed immediately in this situation is primary crime prevention. You see, Griffith just want one shot, one kill. That's what
No. So it's okay for the criminals to threaten the police.
Oh boy.
No, oh boy. You have to go down there and see the reality of what we're dealing with.
Let me read on.
You don't have to go down there.
Let me read on. Guys, let me read on. Let me read on. Which involves policing, good law enforcement, hard targeting, deterrence, a rapid response, high visibility. When it is you have predictive policing, intelligence-driven policing, these are the things that will cause a massive reduction in crime. Sometimes within a month, he said. Within a few months, he said. Gary Griffith have an illusion. It's an illusion.
He's stating that you have to contain the situation.
You think by putting crime initiative in place, that alone will reduce crime, right?
No, it's not alone. You understand what I'm saying to you? The thing has to be done in certain steps, and a lot of, you need a payload. Basically, you need the social at the same time, the health sector, you need the sports, you need various ministries to come together, and you need the police to contain the situation because the young people is wreaking havoc in the country. They're cutting out down to the lines and they're stealing the communication lines. Okay? They're coming bold-faced in your house, beating you up, assaulting you, robbing you. So what do? Hit them with a pillow? We have to contain it.
So
we
Gary,
have to contain it.
What caused them to do that?
But listen to me. The cause has to come from the other ministries, right? The thing about it is that we have to contain it, and the police needs to contain it. The police has to handle it with a little more discretion. You don't beat up and shoot up everybody. You need to contain the situation. You use the gun where you need to.
Gary, what created that this desperate situation by the young people cutting cable wire and committing crime?
This is nothing new, you know. It's been happening for some years, but now you're seeing a little more of it. But we know what caused it, right?
Because there's economic.
You box the people into a corner. You, as the prime minister, caused them to suffer economically because you suffocated anybody who was trying to do a business, right? You had the police hounding people who trying to sell something on the street. So what?
So let me just go to the comments here quickly. Ellis, welcome. Tropics, welcome. Ellis says, Ellis says, Gary, go in the corner and sing Go Go Power Rangers. Laugh out loud. Ellis says, wait now, Gary. Please don't be a spokesman for the UNC. You're going to make them lose the election. I have to agree with that, though. Ellis says, laugh out loud. Oh, God. Ray, laugh out loud. Gary reminds me of one of my uncle. He talked himself into a brush and talked himself out of it. He made the woman change her mind. Julie says, after Patrick Manning, crimes escalated. Government and judicial system is creation of criminal. It's $1 billion industry. Crimes pay big dollars. Yep. It's a big.
Yep, big business.
Big business. Ellis says, but here Gary now. Gary, you said many things without proof. Only leave Gary alone, eh? Let me get back to the chat real quick here. Steve Dibedine, welcome, Stephen. Steve Dibedine says, the health crisis is created by the present government lack of jobs, worried about being killed. Worried about being killed affects them mentally. So what do you say is the health crisis that they created?
Obviously, they created the health crisis.
The Ministry of Health Department must provide treatment for PTSD for all if this is a health problem. That's Albert Montano. Hold on. Oh God, look. Curry says Rowley does attack anyone that makes a statement. Yeah, the Prime Minister. Albert Montano said Gary Griffith should stop attacking everyone who make a statement. Nah, you know. Hey, look, Ulrich. Look, Ulrich coming by. Ulrich said Ulrich said the motormouth cockroach was putting his foot in his mouth this morning on our radio station. Oh God, Ulrich, give him a little break.
So, Ulrich, what is your plan of action to resolve the problem? Since you're within the range of that community there, what are you doing? What are you doing to redirect the young people from crime? Maybe you give us a little idea.
Ulrich said motormouth singing for his supper.
No, I want to know what Ulrich doing, because he's within the community there that has some issues. What's he doing to redirect the people, young people?
Does he have a voice?
Tropic says they're going to try and bribe the hangman again, giving into the extortion again. Albert says, according to the law of Trinidad and Tobago, every person born in Trinidad and Tobago should get old age pension. How you mean? Once I reach Trinidad, I'm ready for my pension. I'm going to give a free.
They done question you already. They say you come in for that,
Word, Albert.
And you'll get your pension.
Now you understand why they don't want to give me my ID card, Albert. Now you understand.
You don't get in cuss for that from here already, from now.
Now you understand why they don't want to give me my ID card.
So Capiza says 7 years. I don't know why PNM answer back in. Trinidad running nice. If Kamala and them was there, they would thief the treasury doors. Okay, whatever. All right. Rachel says, Ansem, I hope you're not calling the man an opposer. Because what happened between you and he before? What happened between me and he before, boy? Steve Debedine says, he's a source of public health crisis. Didn't you guys get it? The country is in disarray. People fed up mentally, physically. I don't disagree with that. I think people are fed up.
Yep.
But listen to me. I mean, we are witnesses that we try to help the man put things in place, right? Okay, so he end up in the situation he is there now because he cut communication with us.
But
right?
But listen to this, right?
It's not that we didn't try to help. Now we talking, right?
So Capiza says, but yes, Ansem is a diehard PNM. As you know, UNC can't be the government, only PNM. Did you guys ever hear me say that? Have I ever said, here, come to this program and said, or any time I spoke on a program and said that only the PNM can be the government, and the UNC can be the government? I've said that. The PNM needs a new leader, needs a new political leader, and I said the UNC also need a new political leader. I've said that.
Yep.
Over and over and over. And many people want to say it, but they're afraid to say it. There are many PNM people I know, high PNM people I know, high, want Dr. Rowley to finish out his term as the PM and don't go up for the internal election in the PNM. And there are people in the UNC who want Kamala to nicely just, retire to a nice house and relax with their grandkids and enjoy.
Yeah, the both of them need to do that.
A great life.
Enjoy both of them.
Go man, cook some doubles and pull out.
Yeah.
Both of them.
I could say that. I could say that because I speak truth to power.
Yep.
But
many people.
What I think is changing a leader and the leader cannot deal with what we're dealing in the various ministries. You know what I mean? You just come and you take office, and then you're not making the change. You have to be strong enough to deal with the permanent secretaries, the ones that are being obstacles in obstructing. When you delegate your plan of action and people trying to obstruct you, you have to be forceful enough to deal with them. You know, and it's not you're going on the mangrove there. You know, it's not an easy thing to do. So you have to be well organized, well planned. Your security has to be well organized because they're coming at you. Because the criminal gangs, you know, the chain of command goes way up. So you're facing a lot of difficulties, a lot of hurdles. So you need strong leadership to deal with this issue in Trinidad and Tobago. Otherwise, you know.
You see, folks, we in the diaspora and many in Trinidad and Tobago believe that, and we already had discussion here already, that we are unpatriotic Trinidadians, Trinbagonians, right? And many of us love our country dearly. We want the good for our country. And I mean, the initiative here that was started at WZYE 95.9 FM was an initiative against the party that I support. But I believe that initiative was about country. So I could support that initiative full 100 without any qualms and looking back or anything like that. I don't care what they call me. They could call me all kind of names. It's about country. But, don't forget, the UNC leader chastised Basan Baratano and tell him it's not about country, it's about party.
And he should go to hell.
Go to hell. She could have a private discussion with him about that. She could have a private discussion and say, Vasan, listen, in public, you have to say one thing, but privately, right? No, in public, I cannot come out and say it's about party. You understand? And the PNM should be the same way, because when you are the prime minister of the country, you are not the prime minister. That's for PNM people.
In the financial economic world, Vasan is the best technocrat. And
but guy, you never denounced Mrs. Kamala Prasad Desasa for saying that.
Denounce what? Who is me to denounce anything with she? Is anybody?
You see?
I do not no chairman or nobody anything. I make my noise, but I mean, who is me to really?
But guy, but you don't support them full 100.
Yep.
Answer: I am nobody. Okay,
you are the TNT Phantom.
I just living in a basement.
You are the TNT Phantom.
So why are you the Phantom then? You need to change your name then. Why you Phantom? You need to change your name.
What I say to you is, who is me to tell she what to do? I standing up for Trinidadians regardless of what party or who they are. But the thing about it, who is me? What authority I could tell Mrs. Kamala Prasad Desai to do anything? I'll make a suggestion. You know?
No. Gary, you don't have to tell her. You don't have to tell her. You have to make a pronouncement.
That's right.
Like I made pronouncement regarding things that go on within the PNM. I make pronouncement. People may not like it, but I speak. Hey, listen, it's truth to power. For example, Gary, you should have denounced Mrs. Kamala Prasad Desai when she talked about the murder of the Venezuelan kid, and she was silent on the kids from Lavantil.
Yep.
If you are about country, that's what it is. But I could say, I denounced Dr. Rowley when he didn't go and beat him. You remember that? When he was right across in Mova Lavantil Success Secondary School, and I say he couldn't even walk across to the beat him. He have all the security guard. He couldn't go over and visit them. He didn't. I called him out. And then that's all they tell me now. The new thing now is Wall Street hate Dr. Rowley. Why hate Dr. Rowley for? What good does it do me?
Hate
I
is a
mean,
strong word, though.
yeah, I mean, when I go to the gas stations, can I take out my head card and put gas in my car? When I go to the grocery store, can I take out a head card and put gas, pay for the bills? When I order things from Amazon, can I say, listen, use my head card because I hate Dr. Rowley? I don't hate Dr. Rowley.
May not
Why do you
stand
hate
for
Dr.
some of
Rowley
his
for?
policies.
Thank you, Diana. Thank you.
And I don't hate Dr. Rowley neither. I find him to be a very handsome black man. All right, Sharon, don't get out
So
here.
Judy says, Wall Street, you're not getting pension. I don't know. Next thing she go say, Diana, you're not getting
Maybe
your
we
ID
should
card.
send Diana to go deal with the handsome black man.
Yeah, I find him to be a very handsome black man.
Diana can't go because she don't have an ID card. Judy
I mean,
says,
I can't go because I don't have an ID card. I can go to Trinidad anytime I want. Anytime I want.
Diana, the border's open. You could go.
You could go, but if you can't get no pension.
I can go to Trinidad anytime I want.
Oh, we get tired of talking from here.
Nobody better not try to stop. Nobody better try to stop the storm because I will stamp and cause an earthquake. Well, watch all yourself, huh?
All right, folks, I'm trying to raise money to finance Diana's trip. I don't want you to use her own money. I want to send her down to Trinidad as the ambassador.
Rennie Rowley, Capisa Rowley is not going to groom me. I have never been a person to be groomed. I'm a very difficult woman to deal with. You can't come around me with Mama Guy and old talk.
Until you deal with Dr. Rowley, the macho man.
Dr. Rowley cannot groom me, Gary. You really don't know
Judy
me.
says, Wall Street, you're not getting pension until after living 10 years in TNT. That's for returning citizens. So wait now, if I'm a returning citizen, I could get pension, right? Is that what it is? No. Judy is saying, I had to come back to Trinidad, live 10 years before I could get pension. I'm a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago.
Amen, word. And I work and pay taxes down there.
I have an ID card, I have a birth paper.
Pay taxes down there. None of them Venezuelans come and get ID card. I don't know where they work and pay. I pay taxes down there.
You know what Judy said? Is that true?
Yes, she knows what she's talking about.
You can't get pension. That's for poor people.
I had to come back to Trinidad 10 years before I could get pension.
Yeah.
And you can't come at 65 and say at 75 you're gonna get pension. You gotta come at 65 to get it at 65.
No. That ain't something right at all.
And I think it's your party who changed that.
No. Something wrong, man. Something wrong.
Yeah.
Something wrong.
They're disenfranchising. They're disenfranchising you.
I could travel on the boat free though, right?
Yeah.
You're getting certain benefits as a pensioner. But we come to think of it. Yeah. I went in to try to book a ticket through Caribbean Airlines. And there's ask your age, right? And I reached the age for the senior discount. So if I'm entitled to one discount, why am I not entitled to the rest of things? The rest of perks? Come with it now. Oh, yeah. It's got to be all the way across the board.
You're going to get to ride the bus free. You're going to get to ride the ferry free. Don't worry.
I don't ride no ferry. They can keep
and
the
you
ferry.
can't do that for free in America, so just remember that.
Yeah, I don't ride no ferry. Keep the ferry. Yeah.
Let she come. Let she come. The prison waiting. Lock up.
Prisoner waiting. The prisoners will love the storm. I will organize them and educate them up in there.
As a senior, you would have to pay to get your passport.
Yep.
I don't need to get my passport. I not to pay.
You will get your passport free as a senior, and you will get your driver's permit free as a senior.
Yeah, all of that, but I can't get my thing to vote. What kind of disenfranchising nonsense all you have? And you know what they're frightened for? That we in the diaspora could be the what is the word I'm looking for? The statistic that that implements change in Trinidad and Tobago. Yeah, that's what they're frightened for.
Yeah. Chopik says if Vassant refused to take on Kamala publicly, then maybe he's too weak to be the leader. No, I think he took her on. Albert Montano says Gary going hot and cold. Oh God, Albert using emojis.
Capizzo say what? You need an ID card for the free bus ride. I show him a bird paper.
99 card.
I showing my bird paper. I don't care what nobody say. I showing my bird paper.
No, you can't show no bird paper. Forget
And I'm
about that.
showing a valid picture ID. I mean, I can't show my bird paper.
But wait now.
Okay.
Judy says, Diana, Albert want to know, do you have a valid passport?
I don't have a valid Trinidad passport. No.
There you go. Cancel Christmas.
When I was, and I'm going to answer that. When I was born,
you didn't have a valid passport.
But can I finish?
Okay.
When I was born in Trinidad and Tobago, they didn't give me a passport. They gave me a birth paper. Then when I became a young lass, I applied for a passport. So my birth paper is a heavier document than that passport. I don't talk.
Forget it. Albert, forget it. Thank you, Albert. You're doing me. You don't have a valid passport.
I don't talk.
You don't have a valid ID. All you have is a book.
I have my birth paper. And if
you're not back straight to Barbados. You're going straight back.
If you don't have that birth paper, they will not engage you to apply for a passport. So which document has more weight? Only explain it to me now.
We're going to Bridgetown. Is Bridgetown you're going?
Only explain it to me now.
So
if you don't have the passport, the paper, you can't get a passport. Hello.
You're going back home? You serious about going back home?
Who's that, me? I talk to the boss, but is the boss, I'm in charge, and I just,
Yeah, people from Grenada get both paper. Ellis stupid.
Julie says Wall Street, Trinidad is definitely a divided island for real. Both UNC and PNM. Yeah, we are divided.
Yes, Albert, I have a valid Trinidad and Tobago birth certificate. I have 4 copies of my birth certificate. The one that look like the $50 bill.
But here comes Diana, friend now, Eugene Julian.
What Eugene said?
Your friend.
You have to contribute.
You have to
contribute. I paid.
Oh, you know, when I was 18, I worked 10 days. I contribute. Up in Chumakak, I work about 3 or 4 10 days. When you talk about I contribute to the system. What's wrong with you, boy? No, I contribute to the system, boy. Well, every time I send a barrel to Trinidad, I contribute into the system. What's wrong with you? When I Trinidad, we sell all kind of box and all kind of thing. I contribute into the system.
And when you buy a ticket to go, you contribute. And when you go and spend your money, you contribute.
All them hampers we buy, we contribute into the system.
Word.
What are you talking about, boy?
And I work and pay taxes in Trinidad and Tobago.
Wait a minute. So all the tickets bought for those Trinidadians left out of the country, that is not
contributed to the system.
Not contribution.
The 500 plus people that we have night and day when they're calling for help, that's not contributing.
What do you mean?
I have my Trinidad and Tobago birth paper and all they wouldn't give me ID card. All they mad. It's a sort of corruption. It's a corrupt society. Wait a minute. You're disenfranchising people like myself. I can't vote in my country because of some dotage. Because of some dotage law. I don't live there. I don't have residence here. I said all the way I grew up, all my family know me. Yeah, she's here, she traveling and out. She'll be here. She going down the road. And I was down the road by a friend. Right? But no, all they want to give me because I present a US passport with my picture ID. All they crazy. That's a corruption. That's what it all disenfranchising people and don't want to vote.
To do that? To Puna?
Yeah, I went to the Puna. Yeah, because that is where my the close society office. No, the stupid girl behind the counter go look at me and tell me I ain't a Trinidadian. My godson father was with me and he hold me from jumping over the counter. Because I was going to, she looked at me and tell me, you ain't a Trinidadian? You want a Trinidad ID? I said, how old you is? She told me she was 31. I said, I've been a Trinidadian longer than you, sweetheart, twice and more. And she started to rustle my feathers. My godson father just snatched me, come, because I was going over the counter for sure, Because she started to insult me, you know, and I didn't like that. You know, the nasty attitude. And
We would
then
have to bail. We would have to come bail you out.
yeah. I want to go on. I want to go on.
Ellis would have to come and bail you out.
Tell me a set of nonsense.
Ellis and Ulrich would have come and bail you out.
I'm going to jump on her tail. You know
all the plans Ulrich sell and the apartment he went out, you have to come and use some bail money on you.
They tell me to bring all the documents. When I bring the document, we want this in the original. But I said, lady, that's a certified copy. Wait, tell me. You should have told me that. You think is Sangre Grande I come from? I come from all the way up in the USA. So I got to go back to get an original copy of this before you could start processing something. I say, y'all's corrupted in here. I bet you if I pass off some money, somebody gonna fix it though, eh? And she, they're going in the back and then somebody come out and talking. I said, man. I said, you're really sick and true. That's not corruption. So she wanted to give me lip. So I walked to the counter for sure. I thought I would jump over the counter for you, lady. Watch yourself. You come to me, I'm not Trinidad, yeah?
You were looking to go to jail in truth, boy. Ulrich says
I was going to jump over the counter for sure. I ain't telling all you no lie. Yeah,
Ulrich says Caribbean Airlines don't give senior citizens discount.
Yes, they do.
Have to pay the party tax. I don't remember paying the party tax. You still pay the party tax in Trinidad.
Damn, but here when you book a ticket online,
you don't have to pay separate anymore.
When you book a ticket online, they ask you your age and then it populates senior citizen discount. They do. I saw it the other day.
Yeah, Judy gave me a class. She said, well, that's the law, my dear. Oh, God. So wait now. I thought I could have just come down there and hang out for a little bit, you know, collect my pension, you know, let my family get the pension and they could do little things. And, you know, I travel back and forth. What is that one?
Capiza, but standing up for my rights, I ain't going to no royal jail. You do not speak disrespectfully to individual, and when we respond, then you get frightened. You don't do that. Good.
Albert, Dana does have a valid birth certificate. I know that much.
Very much so.
Yes, she have a valid.
I have 4 copies of them.
She have a valid.
Yeah, I'm a born Trinbagonian. Watch all yourself, eh?
Yeah,
Bajan too.
Capiza, I work on that dude. That's correct. I used to go and do my 10 days. What we used to do, I used to start about 8 o'clock. By 9 o'clock I'm done. I go down by the standpipe, I bathe. I go back home. And you know when you bathe in Trinidad and Chumacat, you ain't no towel, you know. The sun is your towel, right? You go down by the pipe, you bathe, and the pipe was about half mile from the house, right? So I went to work first. I leave 9 o'clock, I go down by the pipe because on evening shift, right? And I walk back home. By the time I get back home, everything dry, my hair dry, everything dry. So I had to use the towel. I put on my clothes and I walk from Chumacat to Batavia. Understand? I was on evening shift. And I did that, you know. And then, not only that, but after I worked that 10 days, about 2 or 3 months later, I getting back pay to it. And back pay used to be right on Old St. Joseph Road, where David Mohammed has his temple now.
Oh, Anselm. Yeah, you defraud the government of money. Watch yourself, boy. Watch yourself.
But I mean, they used to give back pay. If you work up 10 days, you're going to get back pay. So I go down there, you call out my name, I get my back pay, and I'm good to go. You understand?
Albert
hey, you sure you wasn't them fellas who just put their name on the list and wasn't working?
No. I used to work for an hour. I tell you, I went to work 8 o'clock, and by the time 9 o'clock I finish.
Oh, God. He ain't paid for 4. Albert, ain't nobody deporting me from Trinidad and Tobago. Let them try. They will have a problem on their hand. And Capiza, as Ellis, not because I have 4 copies of my birth paper qualify me for ID card. The Constitution of Trinidad and Tobago, go and look it up. It says, having been duly born in Trinidad and Tobago, you are entitled to a Trinidad and Tobago ID card. It says so in the Constitution. I even photocopy it and I put it in between my application. So if you're not adhering to your Constitution, something wrong. The Constitution says so.
Albert Montano says, Dana, you cannot be a record you're getting on this show. Handcuff show.
I can't behave where? Let me get all that. Wait. Let me get your experience. They send me down I wanted to get a jewel stamp when I used to use my Bajan passport then. So they sent me down immigration. Can't remember what the street name, Park Street. I don't know. Remind me. So I go on in there and I present the Bajan passport. I said I had to come to get a dual citizen stamp. They put me in a cage. You had to go inside there and sit down. So in there have benches, nothing to hold to support your back, and the chicken wire cage. So I said to myself, okay, I'll sit down here. In there hot, and all I hearing is gal and guy and what going on and backs and all different languages, all different accents. I said, wait now, what's going on here? After an hour, I went to a certain thing and I said, excuse me, why was I placed in here and who's going to be assisting me? Let me see what passport you have. Go and sit down there and wait, eh? I said, all right, don't say nothing yet, Diana. So I went inside and sit down. 2 hours passed. I said, you see this? Nah. I vex. I real vex. I get up and I went to her. I said, listen here. I am a Trinbagonian born national and I'm in distress and I need assistance. Well, why you didn't say so? So what it is you want? I said, well, I came here to they sent me here to get a jewel stamp in my passport. They snatched the Bajan passport out of my hand and asked me how I come by this. I said, what do you mean how I come by this? The government of Barbados issued it and gave it to me. But what you want a jewel stamp for? I said, well, this is where the ID card office sent me. Well, he pelt the passport back at me. I said, I did not. The passport was in my hand. It wasn't on the ground when you came in to have it. So I said, pick up my passport and hand it back to me, please. And I look at him. He picked it up and he had it. So then I said, and he said, go back and sit down there. I said, what are you talking to so? What you want me to as your little 5-year-old child that you left home this morning? What are you talking to? Look, I said, listen, I need help. And I start singing the national anthem. I stand up right by the counter. And I start singing the national anthem. Well, a Guyanese girl, some girls, girl, hush them out. They go and sit down. They going deport here. I said, deport me where? And send me where? I start report from the love of liberty in the fight. And I singing loud. They call security for me. A big 6-foot guy come. I say, yeah, can I help you? He said, lady, just sit down now. I say, if I don't feel like saying no, I feel like tap and singing my national anthem. You have a problem with that? We are causing a disturbance. By singing the national anthem? Hello? You understand what you just tell me there? So they bent and they carry me inside to the big fella. He said, girl, you too nice looking to be causing trouble. What happened to? I said, all of that, you stamp my passport, let me go home and let me get out of here. They ain't stamp it. Tell me how to come back with a whole heap of document and this and this and this. And they give me an appointment for the next year. Not next month, eh? Next year.
Take that.
Next year. To come back. Yeah, frustration.
Welcome
so
to Trinidad.
I just stand up. I don't care. The 6-foot security guard. I tell him, go and sit down now. You don't want to get hurt today. You know. I show your wife when you come back home in one piece. He look at me.
Judy says, Wall Street, please bring on a minister official to find out what incentives for returning U.S. citizens, please. You know, Judy, that's a very good point. We will try and do that. We'll do that. That's a good point.
Oh, it's sad. You can't get nothing done in Trinidad. Nothing that proper. You know, nothing works. You know, and let me tell you, the minute you approach them to conduct business, you're a suspect. What you want that for? Where you get all this money from? Where's the source of this money? I tell one person, I say, I gave him a bank statement, right, which actually shows the deposits from what company I was working for. Where you get this money from? So then when they go, and I just gone stupid when I read it. I tell them I just dance on a pole. Because I gave the source of funds and you're still asking me where I get the money from. So I tell them I just dance on a pole. If you started watching me now, and you know everybody inside.
And if you see the building in Chumacacao. You're not easy. You're not easy. You're not easy. Ulrich says that, and some if you see the building in Chumaka, how bad they look, and I will send you a picture. Ulrich, take picture and send it to me. Send it to me. Please send it to me. We go do something
Albert,
about it.
ain't nobody caging this Maya Angelou here. I'm telling you.
Albert said he had national insurance pension since 2011.
He had no national insurance since 2011.
No, he have it. He has it since 2011.
You see?
Diana, you can get a depot by birth commissioner to get your birth paper. Just have all paperwork in order. You're giving people gun talk. yeah, Diana's caused too much trouble, man. It's lockup she'll be looking for.
What trouble I just caused? Because I just say what I got to say. The disenfranchising me from when I don't have my ID card, I can't do business, and the Constitution say I'm duly entitled to it. So who infringing on my Trinbagonian constitutional right? I want to know.
Yeah, don't be surprised if they didn't send your sentence to, you know.
Oh, well, good. And when I go in there, I'll make all them people sing.
All them sing? You'll make them sing?
Sing. Everybody gonna be writing poetry.
So folks, listen, right? Anyway, tonight also we have Joreem Richards is gonna be tomorrow in the 200-meter final, right? Is the first Trinidadian in some time to make it to the 200-meter final. So we wishing Joreem Richards all the best in that 200. Let me see if I could get that photo real quick there. Joreem Richards, our here we go. I think I have it there. Let me see if I get it here, boy. Let me see if I have it there. Joreem downloads. Yeah, Joreem Richards gonna represent us. Here we go.
Yay!
I have it. Joreem Richards. Boy, he won the indoor championship in the 400, and he broke the meet record, and he's going for gold tomorrow. I think if we get a medal, that would be a great accomplishment, by him at this world championship. So here we go. Joreem goes after. So Richard hunts for 200 medal. Hopefully, Joreem Richards can do us proud and come back home with a medal. And if he win a bronze medal, something Trinidadians go say that's the best he could do.
Yeah.
All he could do. And then Junior Girl might say, why you waste your time and when the mayor for San Fernando. I'll never forget when was the Olympics last time? He said, why you waste your time and send them people in the Olympics?
Well, that ain't nice. At least they tried.
I mean, so folks, hey, Dana, Tropics, Tropics, you have him rolling.
Hey, I'm glad, Tropics. That's what we do here in the village.
So Judy, Tropics, Rennie, Capiza, Albert, I'm gonna make some contact for Albert for visiting rights. I go next time.
What do you mean contact for who?
You, Albert, I'm gonna make contact for visiting rights for you. I go help you.
Visiting rights? Why I gotta get contact for visiting rights?
Look, I wanna
Albert,
help you. What's wrong?
I don't need any help to visit Trinidad and Tobago. Okay, good.
Right.
And if anybody stands in my way of entering my birthplace, it's problems. Me and one of them pushovers,
Yeah,
okay,
Albert said, please talk serious to your friend. You know how long it takes to call a case in court in Trinidad?
I am not one of them chuppity people. Okay, I will engage. I will engage Mia Motley as my attorney. Only leave me alone, eh? Okay.
So Albert, Judy, Tropics, Rennie, I ain't see Lana tonight. Now Capiza, Ellis, Ulrich. I called Tropics already. Please put closing comments in the chat. Rennie. Put closing comments in the chat, please. Okay, and Eugene Julian. We're gonna go for a quick station identification, folks. When we come back, stick and stay, don't go nowhere. It's in the village with the DAG Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. We have many issues.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
With the DAG Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. So, folks, we have to take a stand in Trinidad and Tobago for country, and we have to start doing, and we're going to be doing some things here at WZYE 95.9 FM too, to make some improvement in. We starting with the constituency of Chumaka Claventil, which is Laventil West, in order to make some changes, there for the betterment of the people of Chumaka Claventil. And we're going to try to go to other constituencies as well. Last year we had a Christmas party in Chumaka Claventil, and we also had a Christmas party in Movan. And this year, hopefully, we can try to expand that to Beetham as well, so we could have a Christmas party in Chumaka, a Christmas party in Movan, a Christmas party in Beetham. And, we could expand that to other constituencies as well as we go forward here in the village with the DAG Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. Who's in comments, Tommy?
Yes. This book by Don Miguel Ruiz, which is the Four Agreements, I'd like to revisit it. The Four Agreements. The first one is be impeccable with your word. The second is do not take anything personally. The third, do not make assumptions. And the fourth, always do your best. I'll just elaborate on the first one, being impeccable with your word. Speak with integrity. Say only what you mean. Avoid using the word to speak against yourself or to gossip about others. Use the power of your word in the direction of truth and love. And I know whoever the cap fits with that, they ought to wear it and wear it well, because the word has power that some of us don't believe, even though it's told to us over and over in the Bible that the word in the beginning there was the word, and still towards the end there will be the word. So we have to take it very seriously. Again, it's been a pleasure being here in the village tonight. Look forward to the next session. And I like to say, be safe. Everybody be safe out there. You see what happened to our President Biden? He got the virus again. But, I don't know if he had it before, but he has it now after this long. And he's been inoculated. He got both shots. He got 2 boosters. And he still got it. So please be safe out there. And like I say, I love you all. So hope to see you all next time and hear from you all next time. Peace.
Thank you, Tommy. Thank you, Tommy.
You're welcome.
Thank you. All right. Peace. Diana?
I'm just going to say a quick good night. Let Diana go ahead after me. I'm going to say a quick good night. I got to run. I'll talk to you guys.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I have prepared something to address things that, people tend to want to share, and what lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us. Ralph Waldo Emerson. There are 3 types of lies: lies, damn lies, and statistics. When it comes to controlling human beings, there is no better instrument than lies, because you see humans live by beliefs, and beliefs can be manipulated. The words we choose to deploy are what lifts and builds others, or diminishes them and reinforces a fear or mindset. How often do we find ourselves just repeating or sharing other stuff we've heard without vetting it for accuracy? A lie gets halfway around the world before the truth has a chance to get its pants on. Winston Churchill. People always find lies more exciting and thrilling than the truth. Lies are like a virus that spread easily amongst and contaminates the truth, making it impossible for people to separate actual facts from malicious rumors. If you tell a big a lie enough, then if frequently enough, it will be believed. Long before the Holocaust, Jews were mocked, offended, and ridiculed by speech that was intended to engender prejudice. This free speech not only culminated in one of the ugliest moments in human history with the Holocaust, but it also in programs in Europe, where Jews were repeatedly rounded up to be killed or have their homes burned. I truly believe that human beings are good people. I believe that in my birth country of Trinidad and Tobago, there are many moral people, and we should push back against racist speech and actions that only serve to engender prejudice. History has demonstrated that free speech can be used to engender prejudice and lead to the demonization and then persecution of innocent human beings. Words can turn into real life violence. Did you know that attacks on Muslims in the UK reported a 375% increase in the weeks after Boris Johnson compared women wearing hijab face veils to bank robbers and letterboxes? Where is Boris Johnson now? Stop being an island shouting lies to each other across seas of misunderstanding. This is your global ambassador and your poet bidding you auf Wiedersehen until we meet again. Stay safe, beloved people, and stop sharing the divisive rhetoric. Thank you.
Thank you, Diana.
Welcome.
Frederick Douglass says, power concedes nothing without a demand. It never did and never will. Find out just what any people will quietly submit to, and you have found out the exact measure of injustice and wrong which will be imposed upon them. And these will continue till they are resisted with either words or blows or with both. And on empowering youth, he says, it's easier to build strong children than to repair broken men. Let me repeat that. It's easier to build strong children than to repair broken men. And I think we need to start doing that in Trinidad and Tobago. From where I sit, this is it. The cock on the wall, so that's all I like to say, but I've got to go. Remember, hard work beats talent when talent does not work hard. And for every 60 seconds of anger, you lose 1 minute of happiness. So let's go to the closing comments. Ellis says, a leader knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. There we go. Tommy, Judy says, I do enjoy to hear Tommy speak. And Judy always says, she also says, amen to Tommy tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. I thank you, Judy. And be safe out there, Judy, please.
Yeah. Albert Montano said, it's always better to make valuable suggestions and always put yourself after if we are to make a better country. Country, country, country. That's it. Judy says, good night, everyone. Universal blessings to all. Ulrich says, beware of people with motor mouth. They only talk well, but they don't mean well. Don't be fooled. Okay. Rennie Muhammad says, we are all one people under the same sun. Peace and love to everyone. Tropic says, okay. Okay, let me see who else here. Okay, I think that is it. Let me see if there is any. You know, I ain't seen Nadia tonight. No, I'm the Nadia.
She walk in.
She walk it. I think somebody says, okay, Play Appreciation by Johnny King. Anna, did you send any song?
Yeah, I did.
Which one?
In the WhatsApp group.
No, just tell me now.
I'll have to. I can't remember the name.
My computer, I had to clean up my computer. Just when I try to open them things on WhatsApp, it didn't open it no more.
WhatsApp is giving trouble for a few people.
Yeah,
Let me see if I can remember. It was I think it was a Brother Mudada song. I'm not sure.
Okay,
One moment. I'll come. Let me look at it and I'll come right back.
You know what? Don't worry. I have a song here by I'm gonna play this by Sugar Aloes, because we might be experiencing this in Trinidad and Tobago. I don't know, but I'll play this one by Sugar Aloes. So, folks, everybody stay well. We're gonna go out with this one by Sugar Aloes. Let me see.
Out of Tears and Tribulation, Prince Valiant. Got it?
Huh?
Out of Tears and Tribulation, Prince Valiant.
Yeah. We will play that. I'll play that. I'll pull up this one here.
To study the whole universe. How come this world gets so corrupt and cursed? Things are stranger, cause it's not like before. Man's life in turmoil, with disaster and war, for sure. With the nuclear this and the nuclear that, they intend to smash down the world flat. And they don't care about the master's plan. Cause every day man seeking to destroy man. Put a hand. Cause this was never meant to be. Man's supposed to dwell in harmony. But because of selfish ways, man creating to shorten his days. Cause in this comfort and strife, what a life. Cause in this comfort and strife, what a life. In these times, but these are the signs of the end of time. La 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 la. Mankind had behold the first sunrise. This world to him was like a paradise. But up to now, to his ways he never take heed. Now he's at war with himself because of his greed. I read, when they dropped the bomb in Hiroshima, in history it is the world's disaster. It's in record how millions of people dead. Yet every day man improving